Game over.
Game over, man. Game over. Fuck. What the fuck? Fuck. Hold on. Fuck. Fuck this fucking. How did you do fucking fuck? Fuck.
Wait a minute. There's things here. There's trees. There's rocks. There's wood. There's frogs. Come on. We'll bless them all until we get verschnicken. Join me. Why didn't somebody tell me my ass was so big?
I'm gonna get a rash. A pussy rash.
The sad truth is that cock size is the smallest it's ever been in recorded history.
Or they're dead.
Boy, are we in debt.
They shove a living snake up your ass.
Mary Lipstick.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Glad to have you. We're here to do a full 3.5 hours as our tiny little boat is afloat for this show today. We are fully funded for today. So, and we had some subs come in over the weekend. We're already $5 into tomorrow's goal. There we go. Harvey All saying sup peeps. Hey Harvey. Good to see you. Got everyone up on the Rumble chat. If you speak up in there, we'll have that up. And I've got the YouTube chat up as well. It's your boy, Dead Jester. All righty. Hey, Dead Jester. Good to see you, too. Glad to see everybody. But I keep forgetting that I need to do it this like that, because it otherwise is an effing problem. All right, there we go. Now we've got our keyboard situated. So, yes, very glad to have you all. We're going till 5:30. We've got a fully loaded show. We're just going to give it a moment to let people kind of filter in, maybe catch up with you guys, see how you're doing. Hey, has anything changed from, like 2.5 hours ago? Or no, actually, it'd be more like 4. So, yeah, anything changed from like 4 hours ago for a lot of you guys? Anything new? Because I'm pretty sure hasn't changed for most of us. But I prepped a show in that time, and that's what we're going to do. A bunch of shit, by the way, that we haven't. Victory Screech! Thank you for the 100 bits. I better check on that, because last time, sticker part. Okay, 100 only, so I had something new. All right, declassified Crocs, what's your new thing? What's your new thing? I'm bated breath over here, just waiting.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
25 months of making sure the trains run on time.
Thank you, Lab Glass Projects. And right now, if you were to ask me, hey, Johnny, what's one thing you thought, or one thing you didn't grab that you should have thought to grab? And I'd tell you it's the cowbell. Alrighty. My HVAC broke. Oh, God, no. That's not good. I hope that gets fixed right quick. I hope that's oh, wrong button. That was the camera. Oh, right button if you ask some people, I'm guessing. Alrighty. So again, 25 months for Lab Glass. Thank you, Lab Glass, for 25 months of supporting this dog shit program. Or as you said, 25 months of keeping the trains on time. Alrighty, there we go. Alright, there. Getting that workout in, you know? Every day is arm day for us, apparently. And that's empty, so that's just fucking useless. That's what that is. Alrighty, but Deke, I'm sorry to hear about your HVAC. Maybe we can bullshit about some stuff that'll help you feel better. We've got a couple of interesting stories to get into today. It's Space Kitty. You know, this is really weird. I should have thought about this before I engaged in this kind of stuff. I am a pothead with ADA or with ADD, so now I'm just mesmerized by UFO laser-eyed space cat, and that's not good for anybody. I'm just a dog and squirrel. There we go. Got it right that time. Alrighty, let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to get into. There is a new way they're fighting theft in stores. It seems kind of like a blanket coverage thing. So I don't know how I feel about it, but you know, we'll see. And then there's also Biden saying he doesn't have a home, which is quite frankly the funniest thing I've ever heard. Right, but I think he's meaning something specific. We'll get into the story. We'll talk about it. Then there's a pier in Wisconsin that had way too many people over the Labor Day weekend. It didn't hold out. And New York City has a elderly woman getting beaten. There's a lot of great fun happening in New York, apparently. Today we've got two different stories that just make me think, oh, shucks, why am I not in New York? That sounds like where it's at. But again, thank you. Oh, that was Wilmer Autotech with the Laser Cat sticker. Thank you very much, Wilmer Autotech, for that little bit of support for this program. Alrighty, so let's get into enough talking about it. Let's be about it. Let's get into the first story. Now, a lot of stores have been experiencing loss. Retail stores have been dealing with a particularly large amount of theft and I guess what they would call shrinkage. And there's not a whole lot of ways that a lot of these places can deal with it. You're not allowed to intervene with people, so you can't just hire security as it is the case. Apparently, there's a new security measure to stop would-be thieves, especially in like organized retail crime, where they go in as a group. A disorienting and blinding fog connected to the store's alarm is their new measure. The technology, which was created by Dentistry... Oh, no. Density. God, I had trouble reading that one. Dentistry is like, wait a minute, what? No. Density USA is already being used in several countries in the European Union and in Australia, but is becoming more prevalent in the U.S., said Mike Eagle, president of Density USA. Stores lost an estimated $86.6 billion to retail theft in 2022, and projections indicate that amount may reach $115 billion in 2025, according to Capital One shopping research. Really? So you can get Capital One points for stealing? I didn't know that. That card really is amazing. I think the COVID-19 pandemic tore social and economic fabric of America, said Eagle. Pre-pandemic, crime was on the decline, but when the nation shut down and the economy stepped backwards, common sense went to an all-time low, and sadly, crime rose and continues to grow. Well, we keep saying that it's, acceptable because they're just people stealing to feed their kids. Businesses have been forced to hide products behind registers or lock them in glass cases. Right. We've seen how Q-tips are apparently now a high-yield item. One instance in the United Kingdom where a truck took out an entire front jewelry store, but the fog covered the 900 square foot space in less than 5 seconds. Great. So everyone in there that wasn't a thief just got blinded and disoriented. Once it's activated, the Density USA system creates a dense fog with near zero visibility conditions in just seconds. The fog is designed to be dense and disorienting to deter an intruder from following through with their intentions. In the case of the UK jewelry store, the thieves came away empty-handed. Thieves can't steal what they can't see. Yes, but they might inadvertently hurt someone, like an average person who was just shopping there. Like, I'm not against this, but at the same rate. And how do you make that work in, like, say, a Walmart environment? This is crazy. They need electrified carpeting. Angry Saxon saying, what up? Hollister Cologne. I don't know if it's Hollister Cologne, but it's fog. We've got a video of it. You mean to tell me a DC comic villain has turned good guy? Oh, wow. Lasers on Space Cats. I'm with you, Johnny. Right? That's what I'm saying. Lasers on Space Cats is distracting. But anyways, let's go ahead and we'll watch it on YouTube so we can, fuck around and not worry about the story moving forward on us because we paused too many times. Let's go ahead and check out their own promo video for Density Fog Protection. It's only 53 seconds long. So, boop. Let's see this. Instant fog protection. All right, there's no sound. Beautiful. Guess we don't need to hear the fog. It's silent fog. Just moving through the store, having a good time. Oh, look, grenades are on display. Density 900. This demonstrates high... Not entirely sold on it. Does it smell as bad as the stuff I used to have to spray for bugs? Rave! Right? Now they're just going to bring super bright flashlights with them. We didn't get to see how the fog handles like flashlights and such. That video was entirely too short. Sandy Squatch, good afternoon. What are we watching? We're watching, apparently, fog protection. Stores now are resorting? Stores are resorting to fog protection. And I actually, thermal wearing time. Yeah, thermal or there's got to be something else. Can we get, like, echolocation goggles? That'll be nice. Can we get some Batman sonar goggles? We can do it with those. We can rob them with those, goddammit. I'm determined to find a way around this density instant fog. And how awesome would it be, though, if, like, inner city companies started sprouting up like, yo, man, you hire me and my friends, and we'll just sit in your store with a bong, right? And then we'll just wait. And if some shit gets down, we'll smoke that place up in minutes. Your thieves will be too high to give a fuck. The fog was a DC villain. My memory not so good. It is foggy. I didn't know either of those. You could have skated on that one. I feel like that's a cell phone. I hate to not be a big comic book nerd, but I did not know. Might ruin stuff. I don't know if it'll ruin stuff. Again, the people, like the random shoppers in the store that start stumbling and falling, they might ruin stuff. They might get injured. They might want to sue. But I understand why. But I understand. Like, I get why they're doing it, right? Target Corp has reported, what is this? For security last. Okay, so Target Corp lost 125.52. All right, so we break all this down, and we're seeing that organized crime has gone up by $90.8 billion in 2020 alone. Great. Right. Can't imagine why that's happening. Seems weird, right? I'm sure we can blame it on the pandemic. It has nothing to do with people routinely voting for people that just let criminals out and stores aren't allowed to prosecute. Sure, that's none of it.
Veteran homeowners, have you tried getting a home improvement loan at a bank lately?
I'm glad I didn't mute that, because hearing that little part of that ad was worth it just to hear a dog aggressively sniff. It now looks like he's sniffing the chat, or at the very least, Sandy Squatch. So there is a dog. Alrighty, so again, we have several things, including a video. We're going to get into all of that. Thank you for the sticker and the 100 bits. Really appreciate that, supporting the show. It's super awesome. So as I said, one of the things we're going to get into, and this is really weird. Okay, so he didn't say he didn't have a home. He says, I can't go home. Okay. The latest in Biden gaffes. Biden says he wasn't on vacation while visiting home in Robotaw Beach, Delaware. He said, I can't go home. Yeah, you guys said there was a video. I need to see that. That's the news flash. That's not the video. That's not the video. This is not the video. These are all still shots. Once again, you guys. Oh, he was not on vacation and has no home to go to for the time being. See that you got your title said something else, and now I gotta go and pull it up on YouTube once again. You tell me you have a video.
Cheer 100.
Alrighty, this is from 13 hours ago. Here we go. Now we've got it. Alrighty. Thank you, 100 bits from Wilmer Autotech. That's super awesome. Really appreciate that. One of the big supporters of this channel, Wilmer Autotech. And that little donation gave me just enough time to get to this. The real reason I'm here today, just for one day, inaudible, I'm on vacation. All right, well, let's see if we can hear inaudible.
Today, just for one day, I know I'm on vacation. I'm not. I have no home to go to. The Secret Service has torn my house up in a good way to make it secure. So I have no place to go when I come to Delaware except here right now. I'm only here for one day.
Are you homeless? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm not homeless. I just have one home. I have a beautiful home. But I'm down here for the day because I can't go home. What do you want it?
Oh, so this is a really big nothing story. He can't go home. As he clarified to reporters, he's not on vacation during a visit to Robotaw Beach at Delaware this week. Yeah. He just has. He also can't go to the White House because his wife has COVID and he's in grave danger. I can't go home. Mama's gonna take my Kodachrome away. Why do I feel like that's a song? Secret Service is currently patting all the sharp corners in Biden's home, right? Could it be that Biden doesn't know where home is? That's entirely possible, St. Caesar. I assumed when I grabbed the story that he was saying he couldn't go home because he didn't remember having one. And honestly, I got baited into it like I baited everyone else. Because every clip and headline I read about this was saying how he said he couldn't go home. Like, I don't have a home. Like, oh, wait a minute, what? But he's not on vacation. Here's my question. Joe, with the way you've performed, it almost would make me feel better if you were on vacation. Just in general. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, dude, but you've really kind of... There's a pooch, and you've done a number on it. And quite frankly, I would love the idea of you being on vacation for, like, just another year. If you and Kamala could go on vacation until the end of your terms and then just leave with dignity, we'd be very happy. New movie idea, Home Alone with Joe Biden. I like the movie idea, St. Caesar, but here's the problem. In the movie Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin's character makes beautiful use of Hot Wheels and Micro Machines as floor trap deterrence. Joe would end up hurting himself. He'd get stuck in his own traps. Dead Jester, go to the big home. Go to the White House. Oh, that's a fun one. Alrighty. So Joe, again, hey man, why don't you go help the people in Maui? Hey, you don't have a home? We should give you $700. There it is. We should just give you $700. Then you can go help people with your don't have a home. Home Alone Part Joe, he almost got put in the ICU trying to make it to the second floor. So wait a minute now. In this Veldrain, in this version, is Joe Biden like in place of the bandits? So is Joe Biden like trying to bust up into this house? He's after Macaulay Culkin. Maybe he has some evidence on Trump being innocent. Maybe he has more evidence on Hunter being guilty and him being guilty. That'd be believable. Maybe he's just out to sniff a young boy. Alrighty, so yes, Joe Biden apparently doesn't have a home, but just for a day, while the Secret Service tears up his other one, and I'm sure in no way covers up crimes he's committed. Nah, it's Joe as Kevin, but I can't remember his booby traps. Well, he was a big fan of the over the staircase paint can drop. In the second movie, he did, the first movie, he did the blowtorching the back doorknob routine. And then I think in the second movie, he did electrocuting the back doorknob. But yeah, I like it as Dead Jester says, Joe and Kamala are the sticky bandits. Battle Brother Zio saying, Johnny, I've got another one for you. And I'm probably going to get bored. We'll put it in the overtime thing. We'll clip this and see what it is.
Last week.
Did India really land on the moon? I stand corrected. I might be interested in this. We'll put this for overtime and see where we land on it. Otherwise, it's only a 4-minute video. I might have to go through it later and see if it's worth ragging on. It might be. It might be. I'll give you that. It might be. Battle Brother Zio is determined to give me a clip or something that I rag on or really enjoy. It's interesting, and I salute his determinedness. Okay. Hear me out, honey. I lost the Biden. Oh, Labglass saying that the them being the bandits is too close to home. They're already making like bandits off of us. Well, that's kind of where I feel it's actually a good thing, because then watching them fumble and be buffoons, one, for me, seems on point. And two, then the pain and suffering they endure just seems like karmatic justice. You know, we can all enjoy it. Feldrain. Now we're remaking old movies based off of the Biden administration. Honey, I Shrunk My approval rating. That's a good one. Captain Crunch saying hello, new to the cast. Well, welcome, Captain Crunch. By all means, pull up a chair, enjoy yourself. I can't have the Rumble chat up on the screen. One, because I'm not able to, that I know of currently. Two, considering the freedom of the Rumble chat, which I am completely in favor of, I'm actually thinking it's best I don't ever have the Rumble chat up on the screen. But we can see it, and we will read it, provided it won't get us in trouble on YouTube or Twitch, because they are... Well, I think Wilmer said it best. They are shitty with regards to rules. Captain Crunch saying, why, thank you. And yeah, I can see that. Yeah. And thank you for understanding. As I said. All right. So we've got other news things to get into, and we might get into this, this video clip if we get too far ahead of stuff. But we're already halfway through our first hour. We go for 3.5 hours, especially when we're fully funded like today. So We're going all the way to 5:30 Central Standard Time. And we are at least $5 into tomorrow's goal, which is $45. If we bank that out, then that day is fully funded. And we'll keep Humpty up in here because people love the egg chair. People were asking about it on the show this morning, and I could have left it in here, but then I just kind of felt like I didn't want to take away from Aaron's show with people bitching on the chair all the time. Like, oh, look at that thing. That looks stupid. Or, dude, that chair is cool. Where'd you get it? Like, I just feel like that, I don't know. It's Aaron's show. I don't want to make it about my chair. Anyways, so India may not have actually landed on the moon. I do actually question that, if I'm honest. Whose rules? Rules. I don't. Wait a minute. What are we talking about rules for? I just said I didn't want to bring my chair on Aaron's show. It's his show. He makes the rules, and this show's my show. I make the rules. I'm on a show called the Steel Toe Show on Monday. I assume. Oh wait, it's Alex. Oh yeah. Now I just got hit by a yawn. That just was just a giant derailment. All right, so then moving on from that, let's get to this video of a pier in Wisconsin. Thank you for the hype sticker and the 100 bits. I don't know why that one got different text. That's a strange thing. They've changed that ad or mod, whatever it is, a bunch. I got a Progressives of the Caribbean, Curse of the... Oh. Veldrain. This movie doesn't even need to be changed for Biden. Just a series of unfortunate events. You say unfortunate events. I say organized destruction of, America. Ugh. Now, of all the times, we're going to yawn now. Got a good night's sleep. Had a good show earlier. Prepped this whole thing. Was really ahead of the budge here, but fuck me. Anyways, let's get into this story and flip over to here. I'll pull the old camera down so it doesn't get in the way of Oh shit. What the heck? That's the chat box. I pulled the wrong thing off the screen. Thorn saying a show and then putting up the emotes. Sorry about that. We put the chat box back up there. I hit the wrong button because I am apparently full on just MS-tarded today.
An incredible moment caught on camera.
Holy
Dozens
shit.
of unsuspecting people Tuesday plunging in.
I didn't realize it was quite... I heard that there were too many people on the pier and that the pier gave way. Let's go back a second. One... How did you guys think that this place could hold that? That looks like toothpicks. Those look like toothpicks. There are way too many of you. Thorn saying, I cannot express how wonderful Taco Tuesday is this week. Epic beef. I had 4. I tainted 24. I two-handed 20. It's Wisconsin, and Wisconsin has a weight problem. Yeah, Wisconsin has a weight problem, but even if every person on this pier was a svelte son of a bitch, let me tell you right now, that doesn't matter, weight problem or not. That's way too many people for that pier. Those don't even look like telephone poles. Again, that looks way too rickety for all these people. And as someone else said, fat Wisconsin people. You're not going to the end of that pier. You're a bunch of fat fucking elephants.
An incredible moment.
Oh, I
caught
wanted
on camera.
24.
Dozens of unsuspecting people Tuesday plunging into Lake Mendota.
Everyone was screaming, looking for their things, making sure their friends were okay.
UW-Madison students were sent in a mad scramble towards safety as around 2:30, several sections of a pier at Memorial Union crumbled beneath their feet.
I turned to this one girl and we were like, oh my God, did that like really just happen?
Hold on.
As around 2:30, several sections of a pier at Memorial Union crumbled beneath their feet.
I turned to...
I need a wider shot, but I'm worried that she might be part of the reason.
This one girl, and we were like, oh my God, did that like really just happen?
Freshman Gabrielle Wilbrandt was among the 60 to 80 people estimated by officials to be on top of the pier at once. The
60 to 80. That looks a lot more than 60 to 80. It still seems bad. Ted Jester, Geronimo. Aw. And by the way, we're apparently wrong. I'm looking. Those legs are too skinny. Those ankles are too shapely for her to be a pudger. So she's okay. She definitely had nothing to do with this.
Injuries to her foot.
This is pretty deep and it's started to bruise already.
Are the result, she says, of getting caught between the fragments of the infrastructure.
It's all of a sudden immediate shock.
Yep, never mind.
And
she's skinny.
I fell and then I felt my foot get crushed and I was trying to swim up, but it just felt like I couldn't.
Many students.
In fact, no offense, she's not even top heavy. So definitely wasn't her.
Climbed on top of the pier's remains for relief. And back on shore, one person reportedly went to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and paramedics treated 5 others.
It was definitely really scary. I got out of the water, I was shaking, but...
One lady was found on a door and quoted as saying, "Goodbye, Jack." Thornton, her fingers aren't sausages. Yeah, I guessed wrong on that one. She just had a very oval face. It was hard to see. I haven't seen any traditional Wisconsin people at all. We might not have any fat Wisconsin people.
But I mean, doing better now.
After her fight or flight instincts kicked in, Nicole Mitchell points to what could have caused the collapse in the first place.
There was definitely too many people on the dock. I hope they put a capacity restriction on it in the future so it doesn't happen again.
You could, again, look at the group of people there and think, wow, really too many people here. Too many people. Yeah, because I've got another story where capacity restrictions were reached, and you'll never believe what happened when they told everybody, you can't come in, we've reached capacity. Everyone just turned around and went home. I'm kidding. That is not what happened at all. So, yes, congratulations. It didn't seem like there were too many fat people. We can't blame that on Wisconsin's love of cheese and beer. At least not this time.
It doesn't work for me. I gotta have more cowbell.
Evil Gandhi following the channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for that follow. We love more follows. Over 6 tons of Minnesota. Oh, Wisconsin cheese had 6 tons of cheese. Right. It was Wisconsin college kids, which actually might not be real Wisconsin people. They might be Wisconsin imports. Minnesota transplants. Maybe some Minnesota people there. I'll say this. I did not see any actual large people to call out on that celebration for being the sole cause of Bird Bob 1 saying Johnny walked in to me jerking off once. That's a weird one. I don't recall that. I must have blacked it out for a reason. We can blame them if we try. I mean, we could. Those motherfuckers are not real. No, they're not real Wisconsinites. They got to be able to swallow a piece of pizza whole while drinking a large mug of beer. And also just inhaling Cheese Whiz. Then we will give you your medal or Wisconsin ID. I don't know. Either way, yeah, I thought that was when they said a pier crumbled in Wisconsin from being
There's never been a better time to get away.
What the fuck?
With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted.
Ads that start with a mute button on them and the audio's playing. Fox has no balls. Did my spunk in your eyes affect your memory? Apparently, because I have no memory of this whatsoever. That wouldn't be I saw the light. That would be I saw the white. And nope, I didn't. Got nothing. Blinked it out. Oh, well. Alrighty, so let's get into another story from I'm worried about COVID, but this is the stuff that I'm getting hope for. Bob, well, I enjoyed it. Well, good for you. Now go buy a new car. Wait a minute, what? Alrighty. There was a single pudgy guy with dark hair present on the dock. I have no idea why Elon Musk would be there. He was there because he wanted everybody to remember to tweet everything on X. He's got to push that bullshit. Which, yeah, I got to find that that article about his change of terms of service because it's kind of weird. Anyways, Ohio Republican Senator J.D. Vance is apparently trying to introduce legislation Tuesday to crack down on the ability by the federal government or commercial airlines to force Americans into wearing masks amid a string of new coronavirus variants. So, yeah, this is why I don't think we're going to have a repeat of last time. There's too many people that want to make some political bones off of fighting the lockdowns and everything because they know there's a group of people that support it. So why not score those votes? So I don't see it being as much of people going along to get along. I really hope more people are going to fight it. J.D. Vance is apparently one of the first ones getting out there. Oh, my God. Titled the Freedom to Breathe Act, the legislation, if passed and signed into law, would prevent President Biden and federal agencies from implementing face mask requirements for public transit passengers or students in schools until December 31st of 2024. Additionally, Vance's office said the measure would prevent federal spending from being used to propose face mask requirements or force Americans to wear face coverings. Previewing the measure, Vance's office said the bill would prohibit any federal office, including or official, including the president, from issuing or ordering individuals to wear a mask or any other face covering on any passenger flight in the U.S. national airspace system, on public transit, or in school, primary, secondary, and colleges. Block commercial air carriers, public transit authorities, and educational institutions from refusing service to anyone who declines to wear a mask. So basically, it's just anti-mask restriction. Prevent the Secretary of Health and Human Services from requiring plane or train passengers and students to wear masks. Restrict federal spending to propose, establish, implement, or enforce a mask requirement. Veldrin saying 2024 is going to look a lot like 2020. Biden voters wearing masks, Trump supporters wearing MAGA hats. Yeah, but this time around, I think a lot more of the politicians are going to play that game because last time, not even 20, well, I suppose it was around 2020. But right, the 2019 and early 2020 stuff, a lot of like Republican senators and governors, like they all go along to get along. DeSantis was the big standout for going against shit, and that ended up working out for him well in the end. And now with all the facts we have, all of these Republican guys, yeah, I'm going to just stick by my constituents and maybe earn some public favor and say, take your mask bullshit and shove it up your ass. As with every single virus in existence, they become more virulent and far less impactful. Right. If it becomes really easy to infect a lot of people, it's not going to do very well. It's going to fail. And J.D. Vance saying, we tried mask mandates once in this country. They failed to control the spread of respiratory viruses, violated basic bodily freedom, and set our fellow citizens against one another, Vance told Fox News Digital. The legislation will ensure that no federal bureaucracy, no commercial airline, no public school can impose the misguided policy of the past. Right, and we also have the mask mandates to thank for this virus still being here. So if it's still out and about, what good is it anyway? It didn't work. Our stuff didn't work, so why should we keep doing it? I'm whooping the ass of anyone forcing masks. Got kicked out of my gym and grocery store last time. This time, I bring the pain. I assume with me not wearing a mask, it's going to go the way it went anytime I didn't before. Because I have a walker and everything else, nobody's going to tell me, like, you're putting your life and everyone else's life in danger. Like, really? I am? You know anything about me? Yeah. Don't worry about it. Anyways, quite a few people died in Florida during the pandemic, completely unrelated to the fact that Florida is the place where senior citizens go to die. Yeah, quite a few people died during the pandemic. Yeah, and we heard how bad all of those deaths were and how much we should be ashamed. And then, years after the Freudian slip, years after the pandemic, we suddenly start hearing about how a lot of those deaths just kind of seem to be with COVID, not really from COVID. There are people who died from COVID, but a lot of those people were kind of, I don't know, rapping on that door already. So how much do you want to know? Democrats say they're not going to bring back mask mandates. We're going to hold them to their word, added the senator who was elected last November to represent the Buckeye State in the Senate. So, yeah, they're drafting a huge law. You can't do this. And I hope it goes through. We'll see, though. I don't know if it'll scamdemic. I want to say plandemic. It feels way too convenient with the way and the time that everything happened. And I'll say this, it's the biggest thorn, realistically. It's the biggest thorn in Trump's side because he pushed a lot of the policies that we went under. Granted, he wanted us out of them very, very quickly, and he actually tried to push to open the government once. But I don't think I don't think he would put lockdowns and things in effect again, seeing how they worked out the last time. But then again, do we get to vote for Trump? Have we figured that out yet? Do we get to vote for Trump, or do we just continue to watch him get put under every sort of charge and criminal filing in the goddamn fucking book? Joe Biden's last words on another COVID outbreak. Okay, so no masks, but okay to mail-in ballots. Right. Look, we're not going to put out mask mandates. We're not going to do any of that, but you might want to mail in those ballots just to make sure they're safe. Actually, this is how Joe would deliver that message. Mail in your ballots. Fuck it. Jesus Christ. They have no idea the long-term effects of genetic modifications of humans at this level. Even more worrisome, Thorne? You want a tinfoil fat conspiracy? They are aware of the ramifications of these shots. And people like me who do seriously believe there is an overpopulation issue. But I believe that the answer to that issue is things like allowing abortions and really kind of having a requirement for people to prove that they can handle kids, not allowing people to be on welfare and have those welfare things extended because they had more kids all of a sudden. I just kind of feel like if you're on welfare and we're supporting you and your kids, we don't let you have more kids because you clearly can't support the ones you have. So chopping off dicks works too. Exactly right, St. Caesar. It's almost like they're doing everything they can to make sure this sticks, and we just drop the numbers a little bit. Because after all, not everyone's going to go ahead and get the not everyone. Some people might go and get that Johnson & Johnson while they allow it. Some people won't at all. Some people in the know might get that saline booster I keep hearing about. I have no idea if it's real or not, but I keep hearing about it. Thank you for the 10 bits, Wilmer Autotech. Some people might get the stuff and it doesn't affect them, so they just blow it all out their ass like Wilmer just did. So again, I feel like, yeah, it totally makes sense. And if you want to make sure to get a larger group of people, you use multiple angles of attack. Thank you, Wilmer Autotech. And now Dead Jester for the 250 channel points. I appreciate that. So yes, it's really weird. As the guy said who was going to chop off Val. I choppy your pee-pee. Yeah, dude, maybe that guy's still out and working. We don't know. Anything could be possible. But yes, so the world wait a minute, what? What are we on now? Why are we talking about the World Health Organization? Oh, here we go. Trump is right. The left is trying to bring lockdowns back. Next week, I'll introduce legislation to stop it, Vance said in a post last Wednesday to X, formerly known as Twitter. It was reported earlier this month that Eris, a subvariant of Omicron, is a fast-spreading variant that is responsible for more than 17% of cases in the U.S. at the time, making it the most common in the country. The World Health Organization, who called Eris, which officially named EG5, a variant of interest, but said it does not pose a greater threat than other variants, according to Reuters. Collectively, available evidence does not suggest that EG5 has additional public health risks related to the other currently circulating Omicron. Again, none of them have that. It's just why can't we drop this bullshit? Experts agree that the coronavirus in all its forms is likely a permanent part of life. Right, so maybe we should stop doing the stuff that we found stunted young people's speech development, affected people's growth, affected people's mental health, caused a large number of people to become agitated and outspoken one way or another. It just seems like it caused a whole bunch of problems. Do you think the shot caused sterility, Captain Crunch says? No, I don't think it caused sterility. I can't really talk about that right now because that's one of those things where YouTube has this weird thing of striking people for whatever they want to call as misinformation. It doesn't matter if they spread misinformation, but if I do, I'm in trouble. So those are things I say for Rumble-only shows, which for me are on Sundays when I do the Rumble-only smoke show for an hour and a half. Good job. Thank you, Wilmer Autotech, for the 100 bits. Apparently, they just changed the font on the stickers. So they changed the font. Now it's got that aggressive block font, and I've got an aggressive hand rubbing. I guess technically it's rubbing a wooden pillar. It's cleaning it. It's cleaning the pillar. Thorne's saying if he could admit ever to being wrong about warp speed, it would help bigly. I think he doesn't even need to be. Hear me out on this. He doesn't need to be. He doesn't need to admit to being wrong about warp speed. He doesn't. That wasn't the problem. The idea of getting something done quickly to get the markets back open, that wasn't the mistake. The mistake was keeping Fauci in, and he has to admit to the fact that the vaccines kind of really didn't deliver like they were supposed to. But I will say, you wouldn't have to admit to wrongdoing for warp speed. He wanted something done, and he wanted the country open quick. More so than anyone else. And I can see why. It's almost like, again, a bunch of the people who tried to keep us locked down, and a lot of, that's the other super, like, all right, tinfoil fat theory, a lot of super Democratic governors, even the one of this state, did some hinky stuff, like shipping sick people into nursing homes to make more people sick. It just kind of seems like a lot of Democratic people, again, tinfoil fat conspiracy theory, just me here talking, thought exercise, not a statement of fact. Just seems like a lot of Democratic states wanted to lock down, wanted to make sick people get sick, wanted this to get as bad as possible so we could just tank the country right before an election and justify an insane amount of mail-in ballots, which I have to say after watching this administration, I definitely question now. I definitely question all the mail-in ballots. Thorne saying you cannot speed up testing. Right, you can't speed up testing. But you also have a country that's locked down and they want something issued right away. The fault with Trump was twofold. They kept the companies immune from prosecution. And I don't think warp speed meant dick, all right? I don't think they suddenly whip this up in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night. I think it's a total outbreak situation. They had this lying around, at least in my humble opinion. But what do I know? Lockdowns were a massive mistake and was pushing the mass vax, irregardless of health status or risk group, were both mistakes. Yes, those were both mistakes. But Again, you think Trump's going to admit to making a mistake? That's, again, one of his problems. It's impossible to filter out viral particulate at that level. How do we solve the question of mail-in ballots, especially after the court cases in several states and recounts that confirm the results? That's a who watches the Watchmen thing. I'm on like a split issue with this, because on the one hand, mail-in ballots are something we've been using for military active service members overseas for a long time. On the other, Donald Trump suddenly lost the election overnight. But back on the first hand, Donald Trump did also do a lot to effectively neuter the U.S. Postal Service, which hindered the mail-in voting. And Trump insisted Republicans don't do the mail-in voting. So, I don't know. But I'll say this before anything else. Regardless of if the ballots were tampered with and any of that, the simple fact that the CIA and the FBI and all of them tried so hard to hide the Biden laptop story and other stuff, the election was stolen, in my opinion, for that. I feel like people would have herd immunity for the win, natural immunity the way your creator intended. I'll agree with you to that, Rusty Grammar, but I'll raise you this. Did your creator intend these viruses? Because again, I'm pretty sure the coronavirus was not just something that happened in nature. And so when you start having man-made viruses, we have to start wondering what those will do if they follow the same rules. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I will say this, there is a lot that seems to be happening since we did all this shit that we're just not allowed to really talk about in certain spaces, and it's weird. It's weird. Anyways, we're still in the first hour. We haven't finished our first hour stories, and we're almost into the second hour. This show is having fun today. We are cruising. Thank you for being part of it on Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube. Loving all the Rumble chat that we're seeing today. That is awesome. Thank you so much for being part of this program. Over 50 people. That's amazing. Big numbers. Big ups for our little show. Thank you so much. Alrighty, so yeah, the World Health Organization wants to make us afraid of the new variant. Oh, God, I gotta play. No. Stop doing this. The horror music is funny, but we're gonna play that whole video. So yeah, it's going to be the norm for society to hide away and lock down to every invisible threat. Oh, and they're coming up. Your atomic ray, you're absolutely right. And they're coming up with more invisible threats. They're trying to push fungus now. They're saying that fungus is becoming a big threat and a big problem. And even in the story, I think we have it in the second or third hour, they really kind of back off of what they're saying. And there's a lot of words that are used, like we feel, we believe, I can't stop yawning. You know what? This'll help. We'll try and hold one in while we watch this video. So, in an ongoing trend of New York City just descending into chaos, we've seen people having to, average everyday citizens having to get up and get involved to stop active crime, whether it's in bodegas or on subways. And a lot of times, the city tries to hold that person accountable. Well, this time, I don't know if they can claim, I don't know who they'll claim the victim is, but you got to feel like, at the very least, they have to admit the person doing this horrible thing is a piece of shit. Because we have a 60-year-old woman. Warning, distressing content. Right, by the way, warning, this might be distressing. A 60-year-old woman getting beat with her own cane. Oh, my God, he already cracked off the top half of it. And he's got plumber's crack. Oh, and this dude looks like, I'm sorry, I'm not getting a good view here, but this looks like this might even be, excuse me for borrowing a news term, a hate crime. Because that looks like an awfully white moon that I see. I see a bad moon arising. I see Grandma getting beat. I see a man who needs a belt real badly. I see an old lady kicking her feet. Don't take the sub tonight, 'cause it's bound to take your life. Nice, super depressing music, by the way. Just, oh, what did she do? I have no idea what she did. Apparently, I don't, again, what did she do, asks Kane J. Let me ask you a question, Kane J. She was literally using a cane, all right? What could she have done that warranted getting beaten with a cane? She's on the ground getting beaten with her own cane. Captain Crunch laughing and saying, for my song, not the beating. I'm glad you specified that. Again, another reason we keep the Rumble chat off the screen. I don't even know if we can put it on the screen, but yeah. Yeah, so let's see if they say what she did. Oh, my God. A transit worker filmed the assault as they reported it to the police. So you were... How many whacks does it take before you decide to, I don't know, maybe go in and try and help Grandma? I feel like the two of you could overpower him. Dude, yeah, two of you could overpower him. He has to constantly use one hand to hold his pants. You go at both of them, he's going to struggle and then literally trip himself. Because, again, homeless man can't afford a belt, and apparently those pants are secondhand. Or he's lost a lot of weight recently. You know, actually, I'm betting you know what? Those pants aren't secondhand. Shame on me. Those pants are original. The meth that he got is secondhand, and that's what caused him to lose the weight. With many users claiming New York politics stop bystanders from stepping in to help. That is true. New York politics are such that bystanders stepping in to help. But you know what? My crippled ass would have done it. I would have stepped in to help. Would I have helped? No. Then there'd be two people on the ground. Motherfucker's got two canes, but now one's aluminum. Oh, we got people catching a beating. Old people, crippled people, all the people. But hey, at least if we're punishing the citizens for getting involved, we've also gone the extra mile and upped the police presence. If you or anyone you know recognizes this homeless man, call 1-800-UNSOLVED mysteries. Let's see what the tweets are. By Abel Bonus. This is what happens when you arrest the Good Samaritans that intervene. I don't want to see any of you New York folks in Texas. You're not welcome here. We're armed. Oh, that sounds very fun. The horror music makes it funny to me, okay? The horror music makes it feel like I'm watching an Unsolved Mysteries thing. Like, let's go back, actually. Let's do the whole thing with the horror music. On an unknown section of a subway, one man who apparently has no boxers or underwear proceeded to beat the living piss out of this old lady. Though many witnessed the attack, though many saw the crime, no one could identify this man or his almost bare ass. If you or anyone you know recognizes these cheeks or that beard, call 1-900-UNSOLVED mysteries. Desensitization is the problem. The problem is that if anyone interferes and is successful, they'll end up being prosecuted. Right? The regime showed us what they do to those that intervene. A few good men gave up. Right. A few good men gave up. And I don't know how many of them you had, but obviously the ones you had are gone. So good luck with that. Good luck with that. Rusty Grammar says, I have photos. How do I link photos? I mean, if you really have photos, I mean, like on YouTube or Twitter or stuff like that. What is it? Johnny JK LOL on Twitter. I really don't use X or Twitter or whatever very much. Sandy Squatch saying, I'm sick of humans. They are disgusting. I'm weird. Honestly, forgive me for being like, I don't know, black-pilled? I don't know what you call it. I'm bothered mostly by the fact that he can't keep his pants up. Like, dude, seriously, pull up your fucking pants. Dear Butch, Rusty, bring them over to Johnny's studio. I mean, don't. That would be bad. How do you know where that is? I try very, very hard to keep the Zen Cave low-key, all right? We are in the Zen Cave, and it opens up onto that beautiful scene, and I do not want anyone spoiling my Zen. Just kidding, LLC on X videos. I don't have an X videos, so if someone does have an X videos with my name on it, it's a troll account, or it's Jake Hudson, or both. Alrighty, so let's get into another video, because again, we have moved through the first hour into the second hour, and we have not finished our first hour videos. We have, again, 2.5 hours of content besides what we're going through, and we have extra stuff if we go over. So let's get back to it. Let's do a quick check up on the Twitch stuff. We've had some bits and subs donations. Let's see what we're sitting at today. Minus the 2. All right, so we got another $5 in. So we're already $40 into tomorrow's goal, or not $40. We're into tomorrow's goal is down to $40 is what I'm saying. Can't imagine why anyone wouldn't find this show amazingly entertaining. Who doesn't just want to hear someone shit their pants randomly? I mean, just talk about a good time. Alrighty, so this article is very funny to me. Now, I admit people have put me in this category as saying I'm a person like this, and I will admit there is a level of that. I feel people credit me with more of that than I should have. But the thing the post we're about to watch on Twitter, or excuse me, on X, is 2 minutes and 23 seconds long. Now, it's titled, Now I'm Awake, Not Woke. So this video is literally a person proclaiming that very statement. A lot of you, especially in this chat, are going to feel a sense to scream, duh. And you'd be right. But dare I say, it's not that she has seen the light too late. It's that she has at least seen the light and is sharing that information. I'm surprised it took you this long. I was pretty quick on the uptake myself. But admittedly, I had to be turned as well. Welcome, if no one else will say it. Here we go. Would you guys? She's got glasses. I mean, no for me, but would you?
So if you followed me for a while, you know that I never stick up for Trump. I'm an independent, and I see things on both sides, and I see the positive and negative. Here's the deal, though. When you are spending so...
Okay, before we get into this, I just realized something that really, really bothers me. So you really wanted to make this statement, but you didn't think of maybe doing something about the hair frizzies? I mean, your hair is clean. That part is granted. But you've got, like, static electricity or something. I don't know. Maybe wet that shit down, put a brush through it a little bit, kind of really bring it all back into order. It actually looks like you've got some split end trouble. Are you using enough conditioner? I question, have you tried mane and tail? I've heard a lot of people who have long hair really support mane and tail. Although I also have to admit, I see a lot of this with people who dye their hair. Do you bleach your hair a lot? Because I'm telling you right now, if that's the case, you're on a slippery slope to, baby, you're going to be bald. I mean, it is going to be bad. Again, love the message. Love where we're at. Just feel like yeah, just, some hair care is in order. It needs some TLC. Trust me, it's screaming for help so bad that I heard it. And I don't have really a lot of hair on my head. I just, mostly on my face. A lot on my dick. Helps hide the damn thing. It's too damn big.
On both sides, and I see the positive and negative. Here's the deal, though. When you are spending so much money, time, and energy on trying to take somebody down, it makes me want to look at things differently. Trump is no longer the president, yet this current administration, pretty much majority of the time, blames everything on Trump, even though they've been the current administration for 2 years. The fact that they're spending so much, again, time, money, and energy on trying to take him down, I'm starting to feel like maybe everything that he said was true. Like,
okay. Do you just not have a fucking, like a throttle? Just your accelerator's stuck to full go. So you're full go against Trump. Now you're full go on Trump. He telleth no lies. Look, not everything Trump said was true. The man said a lot of shit. But let's be honest, it's also kind of true that this administration, at the very least, has done everything they can to utterly neuter the man's ability to run against them in the next election. Again, as you said, that raises some interesting questions. Do you want to answer any of those, sweetie? You want to give us an answer?
Like, I remember when he was first president, if you follow me, you know this, I was devastated, right? And he was saying things like fake news. And I was like, what a douchebag, right? And he's talking about how much evil there was and how the MSN, the mainstream media, and the liberals...
I'm going to stop this for a second for Battle Brother Zio typing into the chat here. They blame Trump, men, white people, straight people, capitalism, and black people.
It's all well and good, but we can do the road warrior.
No, we go in, we kill. No more talk, we kill. Soon, my dog of war, but we have to do it my way. Wait.
With that face paused on the screen, that sound drop was hilarious. First time chat from Cheeky Tickle saying, hello, dude. She has a beautiful mind. She might have a beautiful mind. Again, just leaning into, well, maybe he's telling the truth on everything. I mean, don't hold up any hero. That's all I'm saying as I try to fight. Why am I so goddamn sleepy? It's not an indica. That's a sativa. That's no, I swapped that out. Yeah. Oh, you said that with a question, though. She has a beautiful mind. Maybe she does. Maybe she has a beautiful mind. She's definitely got some glasses on. We'll give her that. And some seriously damaged hair. Yeah, I can tell from the shade, the tone here. We're getting dark. You're due for a job soon. Ooh, that's why. You've got dyed hair. Look, I get it. Blondes are hot or whatever. Don't do it. It's bad for your hair. I'm telling you right now. And I don't like to make things everything about me, but my mom dyed her hair like that all the time, platinum blonde all the time. I'm pretty sure she wears wigs now. Look, I'm just saying it's not a good idea. She has a nice face. I'm going to let you have that one. Your mom died from hair? What the fuck? No. My mom dyed her hair. Cheeky Tickle.
The Democrats
dyed her hair. Colored it. Bleached it. Stripped the color of it, and then let it be super platinum blonde. Again, it's one of those things where if you have darker hair, to get hair as light as she has it, you have to strip all of the color out of it, which means bleaching the ever-loving piss out of it. And then you put in your coloring agents. Or, in some cases, you don't. Either way, it really fucks up your hair. Quadfather saying, are you a fake blonde too? Do I look blonde? This is my natural hair color. I consider myself a brown, vaguely redhead. If, Cheeky Tickle, I'm like you. I wish I had hair. We're supposed to be focusing, and thank you, Quadfather Derek, for jumping into the Twitch chat. Quadfather Derek, from the BYB podcast on YouTube. Going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a good time with a rotating cast of characters. Always a fun show. Check it out if you haven't. Like, subscribe, give it a view. Johnny's a ginger. Kind of. If I try to dye my hair, it goes immediately to ginger before we ever get to blonde. I can go blonde pretty easily, but the first color my hair goes to is ginger. So it's very easy to make me look redheaded. Redheaded is, and this has been something later in life. Maybe if I get that stem cell thing and they flush me full of chemo, maybe my hair color will change. Maybe my eye color will change. Maybe I'll get the hiccups. Take it away, Toots.
Are hiding from us, and we're actually doing some very sketchy, illegal, awful things. And I kept thinking, my God, he's lost his mind. But now, when the left, the media, the liberals, the Democrats are trying so hard to take him down and silence him, I'm like, maybe he wasn't batshit crazy. Maybe he does have information and knowledge about things that they're doing, and that's why they're spending so much time, energy, and money on trying to take him down and silence him. Pretty much silence everybody who doesn't agree and toe the line. It makes me, and I hope a lot of other people, open their minds and their eyes and see what truly might be going on. I mean,
but have you considered opening your mind's eye and forecasting the future? Cheeky Tickle saying, I got the newest vaccine, and now I'm a woman. Wow. I like the cuts in the video. Okay, sorry. I'm just saying she's hot. She looks like my 5th grade math teacher. Well, I mean, I guess, some of us don't get to choose who our first love was, like when puberty hit us and your dick's like, I need to plant myself somewhere. And so your brain and your body just found the first thing you found quasi-attractive and somewhat sexually available. And if you developed quickly, the women around you might not have met that bill yet because they look too much like little boys. And so you might have immediately gravitated towards the teacher, You notice once in a while she leans up against the board. She gets just a little bit of that chalkboard chalk on her tit. Just kind of looks like a dried cum stain. You're just like, oh, God, now I'm fucking in for it. And then she's like, what's 2 + 2? And you're like, I don't know, but how about we find out what 1 + 1 equals? And then it just goes crazy from there, The cougar look got me. Yeah, there is something to be said for, hey, this lady can't get pregnant because those have all died by now, right? Like, I mean, there is a certain thing for it's like, I don't need to wear a bag. That mitt can't bring anything. That oven doesn't bake anymore. The pilot light's out. I may go to hell for that one. I'll be honest, I might. I mean, if not that, I'm sure I've done something beforehand. So fuck it, let's just hedge our bets. She might have been okay looking 25 years ago. It would be gray if she didn't color it. No. It's not that it would be gray if she didn't color it. These roots are dark.
That's not a bag. That's my fucking coochie lips hanging out.
These roots are dark, which means this part right here near the edge of her hair, I've dyed my hair before, and I know about dyed hair. This part near the edge of their hair, this is a part that's grown out. It didn't get dyed quite as heavily because they leave the roots alone at the hope that their hair will be okay. But it won't be okay because they fry everything above that. So you're going to be stuck down to fucking burnt match, what's her nut fucking level. That had some extra sauce as Atomic Ray. Wow, it's been a while. Is Rumble still up? I'm paranoid.
I pray to the highest heavens, Lord, please do not let this Becky get any purple-headed yogurt slinger from any man. Absolutely none.
Cheeky Tickle saying, where are you from, my dude? Minnesota of the U.S. of A. Thank you very much. Who just did the, Wilmer Autotech, thank you for the Becky sticker and the 75 bits. Again, all of that funding helps support this show. We keep track of it, and we don't just pocket extra. We move it all towards the goals of every day. And it's a small, honest goal that we have for this show because it's a small show with a small audience. When it grows, maybe the goal will, because then life can improve. But until then, we're here to do a good show, and that's the least we need to do it, and you guys help, and I can't thank you enough. I can hit the right button, though. God damn it. You had one job. Fucking asshole. Alrighty. Is the idea of the background of you inside a nut? It's an egg chair. This was a gaming program initially, and the egg chair's stupid light strip is falling down again. Johnny's lights are falling down, falling down, falling down. Oh. Anyways, it is an egg chair. But yes, it's from like the 1960s or 70s. We repurposed it for doing video game stuff. Okay, dude, it's my left ball from the looks of it. You know, it's been called a lot of things. It's been called a nut. It's been called a, what is it? It's been called a prostate device. Quad Father Dare. No, that's Johnny in a nutshell. Let's go back to this crazy bitch. All right.
And at least pause, take a step back and think, could I be wrong? Could everything I've been told be wrong? And I think if you take some time and delve and do some research that's not just given to you, like go and delve in and get more information from more than one resource, your eyes are going to be opened. Now I'm awake, not woke. It's uncomfortable to see the things, and I get it, right? It might feel better not to know these things and believe these things, but it's dangerous if you don't see them and if you don't speak about them. By the time you do see them, it's going to be too late to speak about them and to fight back.
Again, but the people that need to hear that message, ma'am, thank you so much for making it. The people that need to hear that message will stop listening the minute you start endorsing Trump. So just saying, there's a lot of people that just, so many cuts in that video. Crazy. Were those actual hard cuts?
Could everything I've been told be wrong? And I think if you take some
you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right, Cheeky Tickle. There's a lot of cuts. Don't you hear it? Yeah, I was paying too much attention to the hair and the stuff she was saying to realize I played one and I just saw a clip. I saw a jump cut right there. Yeah. No, there's a lot of cuts in that. That means she went off on way too many tangents. She had to pull back the reins so many times every 5 seconds a cut. You're right. And that means she had to come back every fucking time because she went too far and she had to stop. So she had to, oh, wait, we'll go to here and then we'll start it over again. We need to, following the great saying, start photoshopping Johnny into chairs throughout history or in tanks. That's going to, well, I mean, that'll be hard to do with the microphone and the egg chair, which seems to be, everything seems to be letting go on the egg chair now all at once. All at once. The foam doesn't want to stay in place. She edited the shit out of it. You're absolutely right. And my question is why? I suspect she edited the shit out of it because, again, she kept going on a tangent, on a tear. She just couldn't stop herself. Alrighty. So let's do this one story really, really quick. This one's a written story, but I will be showing you a picture in a moment. Apparently, there was someone who posted a hoax sign on a beach in a Chicago beach. You might be asking, what hoax sign? This one. Apparently, they suspect a specific, I don't know if you'd call him criminal, vigilante, prankster. Did anyone take up on the offer? I'm looking right now, and all right, he looks like he's not wearing a shirt, but that's a dude. Don't see anything to That looks like that might be a topless lady or just a really fat guy. So we might have that. Oh, my chair's in the way. I better pull the camera down for a second. That lady looks like, well, that looks like a lady. Well, women wearing thongs at the beach, I guess he was right. And that is another thing, too. What qualifies as nudity in this day and age? What qualifies as nudity in this day and age? Was Phil some holes saying avocado? Well, at least we have action on the Rumble chat. Thank you. So, a fake sign, excuse me, a fake sign that designated Loyola Beach as a nude beach was removed by the Chicago Park District over the weekend. Rogers Park beachgoers heading to the lakefront over the Labor Day weekend spotted a new sign at Loyola Beach that read "Nude Beach" past this sign. The sign attached to a post mounted in the sign. What? The sign attached to a post mounted in the sign, I think you mean in the sand, also included the official Chicago Park District seal. Except it wasn't real. It could be the work of a local prankster who has laid dormant for a few years. ALD Maria Haddon, the 49th District, was notified of the cheeky fake sign Monday and reported it to the Park District for removal, saying on social media that at least some clothing is required at all of our beaches. The Park District replied to Hayden's tweets on the subject by confirming the sign was not official and saying that unauthorized use of the district seal is strictly prohibited. Park District officials tweeted around 5 p.m. Monday saying the sign had been removed. Great, so now the guy knows to put up a new one. The hoax could mark the return of a Rogers Park prankster who installed fake government signs and public notice signs throughout the neighborhood at the height of the pandemic. You can't say that Rogers Park prankster and then Rogers prank. Rogers Park neighbors have reported similar fake signs in the past, including another fake district notice of a citizen burial permitted for Loyola Park. That sign popped up in May of 2021. After another sign seen in June of 2021 purported to be an agricultural notice that mentioned a home in the 6600 block of Newgard Avenue was permitted to house 2 horses and 1 other animal as long as it was under 500 pounds. Well, I guess Lizzo won't be there. Similarly, a home birth announcement was taped to a tree in Rogers Park in July that noticed neighbors to a resident planning to give birth in a building courtyard surrounded by family and friends. It's unclear who is behind the unauthorized public notices. I mean, who cares? That's just brightening my day, man. FBI, he is a serial signer. Oh, no. He's a serial signer. Who's he harming? Who's he harming? I ask you. I don't think he's harming anyone. Alrighty. So that's that story. Let's get done with that. Let's go ahead and load up our second hour stories. I'm going to drop the audio really quick, so don't do any more sound drops and stuff. Let's go grab a couple of these things. All right. For our second hour stories that we're just getting into now, we're going to be talking about a group of tourists on jet skis that might have gotten into some trouble and might be dead. We might have some people that enjoyed their last ride on jet skis forever. And then, of course, the story I was talking about before of people going to an event and being barred from entering. Oh, that's right. You're one of the autoplays. We got to pause you. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so we got that. We've got Irish parents talking about smartphones. It turns out the Irish are very, very anti-children having smartphones. We've got another tour of a left city, and it's not for reasons that you would want to go on a tour. And we found another biolab. So we'll talk about this all in a second. What's playing? You are. There we go. There we are. Audio's back up, so you can do sound drops if you want. No, they didn't hit a dolphin. Cheeky tickle. They did not hit a dolphin. Alrighty, so moving on to our next story here. Tourists were apparently shot dead after riding jet skis across an unfriendly country's sea border. They were vacationing in Morocco. It was a 3-hour tour. They went into Algeria. The Algerian Coast Guard shot 2 tourists dead and arrested a third after the group accidentally entered their waters from Morocco on jet skis during their holiday. 4 tourists of French-Moroccan dual nationality set off from a Moroccan resort in the town of Sidia and got lost in the open waterways until they found themselves in Algeria, one of the surviving members told AFP. We knew we were in Algeria because a black Algerian dinghy came toward us, Mohammed Kissi, brother of one of the deceased, explained. The Coast Guard opened fire, killing Kissi's brother Bali and their friend. Reports claim that the group tried to flee the Coast Guard, which would have prompted the shooting. But Kissi insists that they did not try to run. Their family asked Moroccan authorities to bring the case to international courts. The body of the second man killed, Al-Badali... Oh, yeah, move the page on me. It's easier to read that way. Al-Badali Merchakour remains in Algeria, according to local Moroccan outlet. Kissi alone escaped. The fisherman found his brother's body hours later floating in the water. His family was able to reclaim his body and buried him near the city of Ouida in Morocco on Wednesday. Mercher's family have appealed for the return of his body as well, asking the authorities of both countries to come to an agreement to expedite the process. Moroccan authorities did not comment on the case, calling it a judicial matter. Yeah, but the Navy can just shoot you? I mean, that's the deadliest adventure a jet ski's ever gotten anyone on. Like, up until now. What are you reading? Fox News. Yeah. So what? I read stories. These come from different places. This one's from Fox News. I don't put the text up there. Do you want me to do that too? I can. They didn't run, yet somehow escaped. No. They didn't run, yet one of them escaped. 2 of them didn't make it, Thorne. 2 of them didn't make it at all. Yeah, like you're going to say, yeah, we totally fled and instigated them shooting us. We totally fled. I'm wondering if they were up to smuggling something. That would be an interesting one. France's ministry said it had learned of the death of one of the nationals and the detention of another in Algeria and was in touch with families and authorities in Morocco and Algeria. Yeah, I think they ran. I'm pretty sure they ran. Master Meatball saying, ahoy. I knew his brother. He was trying to smuggle spices. Oh, that'll get you in trouble. That'll get you in a lot of trouble. So yes, the tourists are. But if they're from Morocco, does that really make them tourists? They had dual citizenship. So are you really a tourist in a country you're partially from? I mean, if I had dual citizenship in Canada and America, I wouldn't consider myself an American tourist. I have citizenship. And ironically, if you got your citizenship second, if your American citizenship is second, you're actually probably smarter than a lot of Americans about their own country. You need to know a lot of shit to become an American citizen. But if you're born one, we just let you be tarded. It's like, all right, that's fine. Alrighty. It would go more like, we ran and they started shooting us in the back. I'm lucky to be alive. Well, Thorne, he proved to his brother and his other friend the age-old adage, I didn't have to outrun the police, I just had to outrun you and their bullets. You got to pay $30,000 to be Canadian? I'm not trying to be. If someone was shooting at me, I might run on water. Dude, if someone was shooting at me, I'd probably be dead. Just saying. I am a slow target, easy to miss. Google it. I'm not doubting you. I'm willing to believe you. Because I don't want to Google it, I'm just going to take your word for it. Again, I have no interest in being Canadian, so it doesn't matter if it's $30 or $3,000. I just not going to go for it. But at any rate, oh, wow. Actually, we can get into this. Speaking of Canada. Air Canada passengers are kicked off a flight for refusing to sit in vomit-covered seats. We've been talking about a lot of reasons why flights aren't going so well. But apparently, in a Facebook post on August 29th, Susan Benson explained that before her flight from Las Vegas to Montreal took off, 3 passengers struggled to get seated because of a rancid smell. There was a bit of a foul smell. We didn't know at first what the problem was, Benson wrote. Apparently, on the previous flight, someone had vomited in that area. So they attempted to mask the smell with coffee grinds. Well, did you clean the plane? And perfume. Oh, great. So now you've got coffee, perfume, and vomit just wafting through the air. Customers reportedly raised the issue to staff, explaining that their seats were wet and still had... Oh, God, they didn't even wipe off the seats? The seats were wet and had vomit residue? Oh. How much downtime did the plane have? Thorne saying, glorious and not as free as it was. Captain, there's a big ship. Oh, fuck, move away. Oh, too late. Boom, boom, boom. Well, they were on jet skis, so I don't know if there was a captain involved. But, fair enough. Oh, I thought people were paying $30,000 to get out of Canada. I mean, I don't know if that would... I might be wrong, but isn't there no law at all on open sea? Like, rich people drive out open... I have no idea. No idea. But I think that's a hashtag quote from Seinfeld. I'm guessing from the hashtag Seinfeld. Anyways, moving on. Benson said that Air Canada staff attempted to... Oh, we covered the masking the smell. You didn't try to remove any of it? When the clearly upset passengers tried to explain to the flight attendant that the seat and seatbelt were wet and still had visible vomit residue in their area, the flight attendant was very apologetic, but explained that the flight was full and there was nothing they could do.
Cheer 100 they would have done a better job if they put old newspaper on the seat and hung up a used pine tree air freshener.
Yeah. Or dropped any of that. You don't have any of that, like the stuff they used to have on the school bus, the wood chippy vomit absorbing shit. Alrighty. They explained the flight was full and there was nothing they could do, Benson said, adding that the staff seemed reluctant to give them blankets to cover their seats. The passengers reportedly argued with staff for several minutes. When a flight attendant brought her supervisor, they reiterated there was nothing they could do. The dilemma culminated when the pilot told 2 of the passengers they needed to leave the plane, Benson said. The pilot came down the aisle and very calmly knelt down and told 2 of the ladies they had 2 choices. They could leave the plane on their own accord and organize flights on their own dime, or they could be escorted off the plane by security and placed on a no-fly list, the Canadian passenger wrote. Wow. So there's no like, hey, we'll refund your tickets because you got puke seats. Benson maintained that her fellow passengers were not rude, but upset and firm. Security guards eventually escorted the 2 women off the plane. I cannot stop thinking about those 2 ladies. They did nothing wrong, Benson wrote. I'm ashamed to be a...
He's got a puke!
Thank you, dear Butch. We're now 225 bits away from a sticker party. For those of you that are new to the channel, wood chippy vomit absorbing shit. Okay, dude. That's what we have on our buses, or at least did when I was a kid. Is like this orange wood chip looking powder shit that they'd spray, the
City Custom Cash Card
put down on everything.
Earn you more cash back in your...
And then they got the vomit picked up after they'd sweep it up and stuff. Anyways, so back into what we were saying. Air Canada kicking off passengers. Benson maintained that her fellow passengers were not rude but upset and firm. Oh, wait, nope. You jumped the fucking page up on me again. We are reviewing this matter seriously and internally and have followed up with the customers directly as our operating procedures were not followed correctly. In this instance, Air Canada said in a statement. This includes apologizing to these customers as they clearly did not receive the standard of care to which they were entitled and addressing their concerns. We remain in contact with them about this matter. Yeah, but we're not hearing about how you made it right. I'm guessing you gave them some frequent flyer miles? I don't know if I'd want to fly an Air Canada plane. I've never flown. I wouldn't want to air puke now. Air, can I get a better seat, please? Jesus. It just, guys, come on. I'm sorry. I don't think I'd want to ride in a plane with puke-covered seats. I remember the time a ship got taken hostage. Germans, Americans, and England were hovering net to it. Then India came in and just blew the ship out of the water. No idea. That one's, hey, we have a sound drop for that. Alrighty. Well, let's get over to our next story here. This one is hilarious. This is another one of those uber woke places I get. Well, no, would they call that uber woke? I don't. That's very conservative, actually, because it's Irish Catholic. So yeah, that wouldn't be uber woke. In any event, people really like having smartphones in this country. This particular country that we're talking about now, they are a little more restrained.
A study shows 42% of children have a cell phone by the age of 10, going up to 90% by the age of 14, with many worrying that this will have negative long-term
You better
effects
have the
on
fucking
our kids'
video that's supposed to be in here.
But one town in Ireland is taking matters into their own hands by taking the smartphones out of the children's hands, agreeing not to buy phones for their kids until they're older. And parents say the results are great. Joining us now is Justina Flynn. She lives there in the town of Greystones. It's in Ireland.
Oh, but she can have a smartphone. I see how it is. Rules for thee and not for me.
About 15 minutes from Dublin. She's a psychologist and a mother of 3. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I'm pleased to be here.
Thanks for joining us. We're so glad. We all read the story and we just said, this is genius. What y'all are doing, people are talking about all over the world. What made you want to come to this decision in your town?
It was just the striking results of the rising anxiety, depression, and everything that we noticed, the bad and negative.
How's it affecting the people who want to be transgender? Because I feel like cell phones are the smartphones, the only way they can get access to all that stuff, because it's not like we have books in schools. Why is Ansley so fucking annoying? I'm hoping it's Ansley and not her that has the dog barking in the background, but I'm pretty sure it's her.
Outcomes of having a mobile home, especially for the young kids.
And how's it going? What are the parents saying now?
They are amazed. Like the support that this town got is incredible. Like it feels like the parents were waiting for that, waiting for somebody to take initiative and do something about it. Mm-hmm. So we don't feel like it's...
So wait a minute, is it the government that did it or the parents? I'm fine with the parents doing it. If the government does it, that's a little worrisome. Like, even if it's the outcome you want. But then we have to start taking away the phones from the people who don't use them right. They express opinions we don't like.
Just on us, on the parents.
Justine, I was reading an article that said there were a few suicides. 2 girls, I believe, that were involved in a bullying incident, and they committed suicide, and that really opened the eyes of the town.
I think...
Cheeky Tickle, I don't know what you're after, man. Are you stupid? You can't be serious. Can't be serious about what? The idea that if you impose a law to take everyone's cell phone away, that you could eventually curtail that law if you wanted to? Smartphones for kids. I don't give a shit about smartphones for kids. I was playing this story because they're taking them away, and I was saying it was culturally different, so what's the are you stupid? I can't tell if you like the show or not, but I just, God damn it. And now it's skipped because we were doing that because it's Fox and they're dumb. Alrighty. And we'll just,
Veteran homeowners,
you know what, we're
have you
kind of
tried getting a
ahead
home
of
improvement loan at a
everything
bank
anyway,
lately?
so we'll just fucking
Good luck.
skip it since we have, since it's apparently a problem for someone to talk about kids not having smartphones. Again, I was going to get into the story, but, okay. Someone's not happy about it. Alrighty, whatever. Well, what you think? I think I'm happy. I can't tell because you just seem to be posting a lot, really, is all it is. And I suppose that's my fault. My chat's apparently taking a lull right now, and I guess I don't know. I don't know why. But if you're happy about it, I don't. Are you stupid? You can't be serious. Can't be serious about what? Okay, I shut the fuck up. Corndiff saying hit like, yes, hey, what's up, Corndiff? Good to see you, Corndiff. Oh, I see a bird comment, or bird collector with the, yeah. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Let's go ahead and move off of that story to this one. So we've been talking about the, what was it? We talked about the guy in San Francisco that did like the doom loop that would take you on a tour of San Francisco and explain how all that shit really fucking messed up and screwed up San Francisco, the policies, the practices, whatever. They actually, if you haven't caught up on that, they found him and outed him and now I guess like made him give up his job working for the city. Well,
fuck off.
Thorne saying, we all make a mistake. Johnny's fun and inviting. Oh, I'm just non-threatening because, you know, my legs don't really work, so what the fuck am I going to do? Come over there and do something about it? Uh-huh. I talk from an egg. Clearly, I am a frail, fragile being, for I need this shell to protect me. Anyways, so Kenny Bulwark Maps is a company out of New York. And they are offering now late-night rat routes near Rockefeller Center in Flushing and Sunnyside, Queens. Luke Miller, the owner of Real New York Tours, adds to stop to Columbus Park near Chinatown for tourists. Oh, fuck you and your puns, with a yen for vermin. They're like the new celebrities of New York City with all the press they are getting, said Miller. So they're literally giving tours of New York City where you get to see rats. I'm guessing those tours are where we're getting like this kind of video footage? Or is this the video footage spurring the tours? That's quite a few rats. Is that a lot? That's one sewer grate. Is this a game of whack-a-mole? Dude, New York is awesome. They have free whack-a-mole. Just bring a fucking broom or a hammer. They pop right out of the grates. Look at them. They're so cute. I mean, yeah, they're so cute. They carry diseases and... Thorne saying, wow, really? The Doom Loop was a brilliant idea, and anyone who pays into it is justified in losing their funds to such silliness, like buying a Twitch streamer's bathwater. Good for you for being a capitalist in a system that rewards it. Well, the Doom Loop guy, it wasn't... his problem was he was doing that tour, but he was also explaining the city's procedural policies that led to the creation of the issues he was showing. And it turns out, as opposed to improving their city, the other city council members just decided that once they found out who he was, to just make him quit. Oh, don't worry, Thorne, you're going to get your wish in a second. It's so adorable right now, but now there's so many of them, they're feeling a little ballsy. Yeah, you can actually hear people saying, what the fuck? They don't seem particularly scared. Oh, pizza is ready. There we go. The pizza is ready. It's time to grab a slice. Jesus Christ. And that's not the only one. We have more videos. Again, this is an ongoing thing. There is a slew of rat videos. This one's my favorite just because this one decided to put some production into it. Here we go.
Start spreading the news.
I mean, there's only a bunch of fast food restaurants nearby. What are the odds? What are the odds that one of those buddies got in there? I'm sure not. I'm sure there's no way any of these restaurants or businesses are infested with any rat feces. I'm sure that wouldn't happen. There's no way. I mean, they can only squeak under doors and chew through just about anything. I'm sure they didn't. Why would they be attracted to Wendy's? It's just a restaurant with food. Who has an appetite when they see that kind of critter traffic? I'm curious. I don't think I could. If I'm honest, I don't think I could do it. Oh no. Oh no. Rats are like New York City's mascot, said Bulwark. People want to see it for themselves. Bulwark's free walking tours of rat hotspots include busted-up sidewalks and construction sites where there are dozens of rodents squeeze themselves under fences and through sidewalk cracks, and restaurants in Sunnyside and Forest Hills where the garbage is piled high and an abandoned outdoor dining shack provide rodent refuge. Up to 10,000 people at a time tune into Bulwark's TikTok live streams as he explores rodent-infested areas. Holy shit. Oh, wow. The city has a problem so large that they've even appointed a rat czar to help control the problem. Oh, my God. That's just... Is he saying rats are only in the darker neighborhoods? I'm not saying that. Oh, you mean the guy doing the tour? Well, it sounds like the rats are in less managed neighborhoods. I mean, I don't know if that necessarily means they're darker. They seem to come out at night. Roasted fat rat will be considered fine dining compared to crickets and cockroaches. Yeah, I guess New York is just hedging their bets for when they outlaw beef. That'll be great. Alrighty. So our last story from the first hour. Maybe we'll do the "Did India really land on the moon" video after this. California biolab is shrouded in mystery as China links emerge. So this biolab they found in California, a review of court records, health reports, and interviews from people who did business with Universal Meditech, UMI, a California-based medical supply firm, raises serious questions about its legitimacy and Chinese ties. This is like the second one now. Or is this the same one we talked about before? I don't think it's the same one. The underground biolab in the central California town of Ridley, population 25,000, oh, never mind, it was discovered late last year, immediately set off alarm bells. As multiple local, state, and federal government agencies continue to look into the biolab, a report from the CDC identified 20 different infectious agents inside the building, which was once used to package food. That report found that the cultures of tuberculosis, dengue, HIV, COVID-19, and malaria interspersed with old lab equipment and slipshot storage, along with dead and dying mice in an overall unsanitary environment. We don't have many answers of what happened in this lab, said House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. This is very disturbing. Yeah, I feel like it is. Come on, you don't want to stay on roasted Wendy's stuffed rat talk? I kind of feel let down. Wendy's isn't going to roast the rats. I feel like people on the street are going to roast the rats. Cheeky Tickle. No, let's talk about rats instead of India actually landing on the moon. It's one of Battle Brothers Zeo's continuing one in a series of Battle Brothers Zeo's continuing attempts to be like, this is a great story to talk about and rip on. And the first one not so much. The second one was like, eh. And this one, I don't know. But we are getting towards the end of our third hour, and we do have, or second hour, we do have plenty of stories for the third hour, so we can just move on with it. And thank you, Corndiff, for saying hit like. Yeah, I'm sure I'm not getting throttled on YouTube yet, but that's only a matter of time. So go ahead and hit the like, the thumbs up, all of that. Certainly appreciated on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. And again, thank you all for watching the show. Really love seeing all the people we have on all three platforms. It's super awesome. So anything else super important about... Yeah, say super again, jackass. All right. We wanted to know what you were doing. What chemicals do you have on site? What type of lab operations you had? And they were unresponsive to us. Joe Pareto, Assistant Director for the Fresno County Department of Public Health, told Fox News. Made the numbers to associate UMI led to disconnected lines or unreturned messages. Right. Almost like they were a bunch of, I don't know, what do they call those? Shell companies for Chinese company. And as we all know, Chinese companies are Chinese government. And why should they bother making a bioweapon in their country and unleash it on us when they can just make it in our country and unleash it? Seems pretty good. BS saying, so excited you're going to be on STMS on Rumble Friday. Yeah, I'm glad I'm going to be on the Steel Toe Show this Friday. It'll be fun to do a Rumble Friday. I mean, I'm not the sort of person to be like, hey, can I have a Rumble show? I never get to do Rumble. I will admit that when I was sick the other week and they were saying we could bring Johnny back for a different day when he comes back, I was like, I'll ask to do Rumble Friday. But then they put Gino on Rumble Friday and they stuck me on Thursday, and I was like, all right, whatever. I'm not going to rock the boat. Why would I do that? So, yes. Who? The Steel Toe Morning Show on YouTube and Rumble. It is a fun time. It is a wacky show. Aaron is an interesting host, and it's a good hang. If you like this show, you'll more than likely enjoy that one. You won't be able to say they are live on YouTube at the same time. Save them that day. Oh, that's right. It is just on Rumble on Friday. Why? I mean, thank you. Are you saying my ship is sinking? I'm sorry. That's way more interesting besides India actually landed on the moon. I love how you skip everything about it. All right, I'm just going to let that one go. Anyways, so as we were, that threw me off again. So the California Biolab, as we were talking about, municipal code enforcement, inability to get... Yeah, we already covered all that in the stuff before when we covered this literally almost 6 months ago. An examination of legal records, we just covered that. One exasperated federal judge said UMI routinely and intentionally ignored his rulings. Almost like they're not afraid of our government. What does that tell you? The heck? Oh, that was my phone. Forgot I even had one of those. Fucking don't give a shit. What about Biden being a ghost? When did someone say Biden was a ghost? Somebody forgot their Ritalin. Yeah. Well, Lab Glass, you got a sword. If you got to do stuff, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just saying, life is life. Anyways, so that's the end of that. Let's load up our third hour stories. We'll drop the audio for just a second. And let's go ahead and do this. Up, went up too high now. Now we got to go back up. I mean, if you want to be banned, you can. I just seems like you're being a douche and you're talking a lot, and I can't tell if you like or don't like what we're doing here, and either way, I just kind of like meh. So, like I said, if somebody forgot their Ritalin. Oh yeah, we already covered that. I'm starting to feel like maybe it was me. But all right, so the audio's down. Let's get this up. So we have a story on a drunk driver that this video is going to be pretty funny because a drunk driver is the one who called 911 on himself. We're going to be catching up on the story we did a couple months ago about the strippers who tried to unionize. So that'll be funny. Okay. That's about the last I'm going to do with that. Alrighty, so then we have the neo-Nazi on Twitter. That'll be interesting to get to. We've got, speaking of India, we've got someone from the slums of India saying that the G7 summit is why they bulldozed her house. And then we've got people in London revolting over the Cars City daily tax for driving. So we'll be talking about that. And electric vehicle, new information is supporting a increase in electric vehicle owners kind of not sticking with the trend. So we'll talk about that. And if we burn through all of that, we've got a cringe video of Diana Lovejoy from back in the day. And, well, we'll just kind of enjoy laughing at her for that, seeing as how she's in jail for, trying to kill a guy. Oh. Well, now this is interesting. Apparently, Cheeky's picking fights with the mods. I don't know if you're aware of this, Cheeky, but I'm okay with having a small show because it is one thus far. I mean, I've never had a super large show. I'm not gonna. It seems like you're begging them to ban you. Oh. So, at any rate, let's get to this video here with, again, someone in no state to need someone in no state to be driving a car decided that someone should let them know that they were inebriated, and spoiler alert, the person who called 911 wasn't. What do you mean turn on carrot browsing? Turn this shit off. What do you fucking, don't ask me that crap. I'm busy doing a thing and I just dropped something. So now I got to do two things. All right.
I'm on Highway 77 going north, and there's somebody that is on the wrong side of the road.
Newly released police video shows an unusual encounter with a suspected drunk driver. An unidentified man called 911 to report a driver on the wrong side of a highway in Nebraska. Police found and stopped the vehicle, only to realize the driver was the same person who had called 911.
Do you know why I stopped you?
Yeah, because I was on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah. Is there a reason for that?
No, but I must have missed an exit.
Missed an exit?
Were you the one that called in?
Yep.
You were?
Yeah, because I thought somebody was on the wrong side of the road, bro.
But it turned out it was you.
Yep, like a dumb.
Deputies arrested the driver whose blood alcohol content was more than twice the legal limit. So, yeah, that's probably why you were on the wrong side of the road. Oh, I'm not offended. I'm not offended. Like I said, I just chime in a bunch and it's weird on It's weird is all. Anyways, yeah, I think Biden is dead, and that's a clone or a bad mask. I don't think Biden is dead, but I think he's pretty much not there mentally. Oh, crap, my camera's still off. Alrighty. Called the cops on himself. What a dumbass. Well, I mean, at least, I'll say this, an argument for him not being quite too drunk. He did realize that someone was driving on the wrong side of the road. He just didn't realize it was him. That's the best thing I've seen all week. Granted, it's Tuesday. I mean, it takes twice the legal limit. So where was this? Lancaster County. So if they assume they use the same .08 that we use. So twice the legal limit means he's blowing 1.6. That's scary. That is... Ugh. I'm amazed you're that coherent. Hello, jail. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of time. What did that school teacher blow again? The school teacher, fuck. The one you're talking about from Aaron's show. Shit. I want to say she blew somewhere in like the 2 range. But then again, I think she would be... Like I said, didn't have enough time to get the fucking board we dropped. Because I have to balance a keyboard on my lap in this chair. Student dick. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I feel like that one... No, that one was an old lady who, again, decided that vodka was great for class. All right, moving along. Let's go ahead and close that window out. This story would give everyone hope because, as we all know, one of the most disenfranchised, underrepresented, and over-abused groups in America are strippers. And so to hear that finally one group, after a long, hard battle for a year, managed to grab life by the pole and grind out a union contract. So wait a minute. Do I have to pay unionized strippers? Didn't they argue for better pay and better wages? So do I have to like tip them on the dollar rail as heavily now? How does that work exactly? How do I decide how much money to give to unionized strippers? Oh, Mr. Q saying 0.22, Kane J saying 0.248. So I guess that's where she blew. Somewhere in there. Great show as always, Johnny. Well, thank you, Robin Jackson Tweedy, 1975. Watching is free, no? Yeah, watching is free. Most strip clubs and strippers really hate people who sit in the back and watch for free. Watching is free. But again, if you're unionized, I feel like, how does that affect... Because, you know, if you want me to support strippers getting into unions, girls, if you want me to support strippers getting into unions, I need to know... Wait a minute, that's beautiful. How did I pull that off? Whatever. I need to know how we get to strippers getting unions. I need to know how that gets to me not having to pay as much. That's all. That's all I'm curious about. Do we have the audio up for this? We do. Here we go. Again, they've been fighting for this for a year. We talked about this story a while ago about strippers fighting to be part of a union. I feel like unions kind of don't help a lot of things, at least not in countries like the one we're in now, but maybe the strippers union helps.
For more than a year, no strippers were on stage at the Star Garden Topless Dive Bar in North Hollywood, California.
My last shift there, I think it was St. Patty's Day, and it was uneasy. We all knew something was going to happen next. We had lost a few of us to some unfair firing.
Okay, so then my question is, what have you guys been doing this whole time for money? Have you just had money piled up for this entire year? You've had a year's worth of money? Anyways, So you guys got a union. Great. What does this mean for you?
And we knew that we were starting to organize.
More than a dozen of the club's dancers say they were locked out in March 2022 because they petitioned the owners to reinstate 2 of their fired colleagues, improve security and safety measures, and recognize their right to form a union. After more than a year of picketing, the
Okay, let's be honest about it. Those ladies were not walked out for the litany of reasons you listed. They were walked out for the last one that you listed. Asking them to get the other 2 girls back. I'll tell you what the club said already. Fuck no, we're not going to do it. You can't make us. Everything else, they could give a shit about. But it's when they're like, and you need to let us unionize, and now you need to fucking leave. That's when you got walked out.
National Labor Relations Board ruled in favor of the dancers as employees rather than contractors. And in a turn of events, and with a new legal team, the club owners voluntarily recognized the union in May.
We're going to be negotiating a historic...
You sound like a customer. Actually, no, I used to be a DJ at a strip club. So, fun fact, I used to be a DJ at a strip club. Used to be a full-fledged DJ doing weddings, events, bars, all that fun shit. But for a little while, I was a DJ at a strip club. Even worse. Yeah, you know what's worse than being someone who goes to a club all the time and throws ladies a bunch of money to throw their titties in his face? A guy who gets offered a job to work at a club and takes it so he can make some extra money and then does. I mean, you know what? F it. I'm just not in the mood anymore. I don't know what the deal is, but bye-bye. You've had your fun, and I don't find you entertaining. You bore me. Ba-doop boop. Anyways, they were really nice ladies. Come on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about them being nice ladies. Like I'm saying, what does unionizing really, really mean for the average person going to the place? Because it doesn't seem like it means anything, which is why I think most people don't give a shit. And once the labor union says you have to in the state, like, do you get to deny it?
Historic contract, one that has never existed before. We are learning to work and navigate each other. Let's treat each other with compassion and grace.
Star Garden reopened its doors with dancers represented by Actors Equity in late August.
This is a union.
That worries me. Actors Equity?
It feels a little unreal, like imposter syndrome is just sitting in right now.
Like, we fought so hard for this club because it's cute.
We fought so hard for this club. Right, we couldn't go work at other clubs because they wouldn't allow us to. We fought so hard for this club. By the way, the pictures I'm seeing in this club, I don't know that I would have fought that hard for it. It looks kind of dingy. Yeah.
And it's so fun, and it's like the layout is great, and it's a cute little dive bar.
We want to work together, and that's what I'm like really excited about going. It's just to show them like, hey, this is how many supporters we have and how many people we can bring in and how much money you can make so that we can also make money.
Yeah, I'm sorry. From what I understand of strippers at strip clubs, and maybe I'm just tainted by my experience, them making money really isn't. Like, the club makes a lot of money, and you guys tend to make a lot of money. I'll admit the club bends you over backwards in terms of nickel and diming you, but you still are. If you weren't making any money before, why were you doing it?
To be honest, you know, there were some times when I really questioned whether this club would reopen. I think everybody did. And we're still on a contract. We're still not done.
The attorney for Star Garden described this as a trust fall.
We have tremendous respect for our dancers and the challenges of their job. And we hope they have respect for how difficult it is to run a small business in a regulated industry.
It's still so hard to try to get a fair contract for the dancers. I'm really excited to
I'm sorry. I feel like a fair contract for the dancers is one where you don't pay all the fees you have to. Grab life by the what? Okay, let's see what this is. This story would give everyone hope because, as we all know, one of the most disenfranchised, underrepresented, and over-abused groups in America are strippers. And so to hear that finally one group, after a long, hard battle for a year, managed to grab life by the pole and grind out a union contract. This story would give I mean, you're not wrong. Union strippers. Apparently, union strippers. They're making a big deal out of it, which, again, where I keep saying, like, they have to explain how it affects everyone else for me to see it as a big deal. Because if you're saying, oh, well, we have a more fair contract, I have no idea what your contract was before, and I don't know how it was unfair before. But, like I said, from my limited experience, you guys don't hurt for... Like I said, I think that every place I could imagine probably tries to nickel and dime you for everything. You're contractors, so you have to pay commission for your time and things like that. But you're still walking out with piles of cash. We did a story about a lady who decided to become a stripper just like Mommy used to be when she was 20. She became a stripper, and she made a video of just making, in the course of a week, making like 10 grand. Just 10 grand in a week. So I have trouble seeing, like, yeah, they really need a union because they're not making enough money. I feel I really captured the essence of your humor and depth. That clip is one I'm proud of. Well, thank you, Thorin. I found it funny.
Emotional, damn it.
Thank you, Wilmer Autotech. We're now 25 bits from a sticker party. So if we get 25 more bits and stickers, things will go crazy for just a minute. Hey, we're 10 minutes away from 420. Won't that be fun? Well, health insurance is expensive. All right. I'll give you that. Shame you won't be able to show it. Show what? The clip? I did show it, I thought. Didn't I show it? I pulled it up. I pulled it up late, but I did pull it up. Pulled up the clip. Fuck! Oh, great. Lab glass going 10 at a time. Here we go. We got like 2 or 3 more. Get ready to see more strippers with fake legs and 5 o'clock shadows. Oh, no. I saw it. Dear Butch saying I saw it. I saw what? Yeah, we saw the clip. So I don't know. Now I'm confused. I'm too easily led astray right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm having a weird brain fog. Which is why that other dude kept... The music change is weird. All right? They changed the music now. This is the second time I've heard a new song. All right, I feel like Nintendo has to be able to sue over that one. Now it's just a combination of sandwiches and hands. The way it goes every damn time now. People are just trying to land the magical combo of a hand on a sandwich. Because it'll look kind of iffy. And Captain Crunch saying, be right back. I got to grab some egg rolls. Be back in 20 minutes. Well, thank you. We'll hold the show. We'll wait 20 minutes for you to get back with your egg rolls. Kung Fu Grasshopper sounds like the old My Life, PB&J. Well, we now can drop that because we've had a sticker party, so that's super duper fun. And moving on. I never understood why people would pay for it when at the local bar you probably get it for free. Well, honestly, when I was the DJ, I didn't care. Like, here's the thing with being... Here's the thing. When you become a strip club DJ, if you start doing it like all the time, you stop seeing those people as people. Like, just like the strippers, you kind of just be like, oh, you better put some money down. Like, you get annoyed when you see people just hanging out, leering at the girls. You're like, we get it. There's naked women. Let's fucking go. You get annoyed with guys who think that they can just pay to, like, get the lady to bone them. Sticker pasties are the bestest, better than the restest. Okay. Parties, too. I mean, sticker parties are fun. But, yeah, the ladies generally, like, mostly, they just want to make their money. And if you're weird or creepy, they have weird shit they'll do to you. Here's what I've learned. After working in a strip club, I've learned I don't want to ever be a patron of one. Just the number of things that those women will do to people if they feel that they are somehow weird, creepy, or misbehaving themselves. And overall, it's really kind of bullshit because almost every one of those ladies is either with a dude already or a lesbian. So you're not really gonna have a chance. It's not a good look. Anyways, enough of that. And thank you for that clip, Grab Life by the Pole. We enjoyed it. Anyways, let's get into our next story. Oh, wait, that was the strippers one that we just did. Alrighty. So we have a video. This video's been circulating. You may have seen this this neo-Nazi circulating. We talked about him this morning. Apparently, while traveling with a shit ton of balaclava, sunglass-laden, clearly not federal agents. The guy who's traveling around with his fucking, well, that piece of shart. The guy who's traveling around with, they sell fantasy, that's what you pay for. Yeah, they sell fantasy, but the problem is too many people that buy the fantasy hope the fantasy becomes a reality. And there's a few people you see where you see that happening and being a thing. There's other people that just literally take the fantasy as what it is. But, like I said, at any rate, this guy's been making the rounds for a bunch of things. I only wanted to play this one clip because I don't know what else this guy might have said, but when you see this clip, I feel like you have to now not believe or trust anything this guy does say. Oh.
Christopher, there's a presidential race going on right now. Are you going to vote in 2024? What do you think is going to happen?
My vote is useless. I think Biden's better than Trump because he sends rockets to Ukraine.
In support of Ukraine, you mean?
Hell Ukraine. Hell Azov.
Tell me.
Holy shit, Swamp Thing is here? Holy shit, Swamp Thing is here. All right, one, your tattoo on the side of your face, that kind of looks fake. Is that a dermal implant? What the? Did you get a... Have you been low-jacked? What's... It's not overacting at all. Poorly. Well, you know, I love that when he says this stuff, he smiles ear to ear like, you know, he just told a really funny joke. He smiles like, not to name that name again, he smiles like Aaron and I do when we make up bullshit on our shows. Like, we say stupid shit and we're smiling ear to ear because we're talking out our ass and we're saying stupid shit. This guy is doing it while wearing a swastika crucifix? I don't know. Swastika medallion? Hitler's dog tag.
Christopher, there's a presidential race going on right now. Are you going to vote in 2024? What do you think is going to happen?
My vote is useless. I think Biden's better than Trump because he sends rockets to Ukraine.
That stop with the and these people laughing. I'm sorry, nothing about this seems serious, especially when Swamp Thing gets involved. Atomic Ray, I've been to strip clubs, and this union contract sounds more like a marriage. Prepare for the divorce. Sorry I was late in the video. It's all right, Atomic Ray. It's all right. Now you just met us with this video and this amazing example of a human being. All these people here came disguised, and you, I guess, wanted what? Are you trying to look like a circus freak? What's the deal? You have, from what I can discern, no really abnormal features. You just decided to cover all of it with camo paint? This guy's jovial. You're way too angry. You know, it's off-putting. As a hype man, you don't fit the mood.
In support of Ukraine, you mean?
Hell Ukraine, hell Aza! Tell me this, Christopher.
So, and then the guy behind you speaking in German, which I don't remember. I don't remember it. I learned it, but don't. Check out Laura Loomer on Twitter feed to examine who these guys really are. Very interesting, says Quadfather Derek. All right, you know what? Since I was having a laugh at this guy's expense, and you caught me in a goddamn charitable mood, where the fuck do I keep my link to X? Do I have to put a new one on? Yeah, I gotta go. Twitter.com. But it's now X. And so we want to search, who did Quadfather suggest? Laura Loomer. Let's search Laura Loomer. At Laura Loomer. Okay. At Laura Loomer. Congressional hearing with Mr. Dosey, the Alan Sanders show. All right. I'm looking. I'm not seeing the people that we were talking about. If you know exactly which one it is. Oh, wait. These neo-Nazis who were first identified as far-right extremists shouted anti-Semitic slurs at Laura Loomer, engaged in conversation about how they hate the right, and one of their leaders expressed support for Joe Biden, by extension, Ukraine and Azov. They don't sound like far-right extremists. Yeah, they don't sound like far-right extremists. So, wait a minute. Now I've got another link that looks like Stevie Lou. All right, Christopher Paulus, a.k.a. Hammer, is a former U.S. Marine turned tattoo artist and leader of the neo-Nazi Blood Tribe. Okay. They never were, Johnny. They never were what? They never were MAGA or alt-right? They sound like Hollywood scriptwriters out of work. God knows there's plenty of those. Sorry, not sorry. Aww. I don't know what they are. I will say this. That video with that dude proudly proclaiming everything about loving Joe Biden doesn't seem far right. I mean, just doesn't. It's because Nazis are a left group, Nazi in short for National Socialism. Oh, more rockets to Ukraine is very funny. Ultrasound, yeah, Ukrainians only know the metric system. For the nerds they are. Yeah, I'm sorry, I won't read all of those words, but I appreciate you jumping in on the Rumble chat. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube, we're doing great. We're doing it. And again, some broke over 50, almost over 60 people at one point, so that was beautiful. And having just a good day with the show. Let's check our donations on Twitch or YouTube quick. Twitter. Twitch? No, it was Twitch, not Twitter. Twitch still at what we saw before, so nothing to change there. I'm sorry, I'm feeling weird, so I'm getting easily distracted and I'm fucking feeling brain foggy. It's almost concerning. Might be because I'm getting warm in here. Could be that. I would have been much more impressed if Dude's swastika medallion would have been a functional swastika clock necklace. Yeah, right. If it was a spinner, I would have like something for you, man. Like now I'm like, yeah, I just want to watch you spin the swastika. But again, I don't know. Maybe he's not a plant, but he's definitely not what they're saying he is. So leftists don't like admitting to the Nazis that we're socialists. Yeah, they don't like admitting that. They don't like admitting that technically the what is now the leftist group, the Democrats, that they were kind of the proponents of and progenitors of slavery. It was kind of the Republican Party at that time. That they were both in different places at that time. They became different people as time went on. And yeah. Those guys are useful idiots. The people that believe this stuff are useful idiots, Captain Crunch. The people that believe that guy is serious or that he means something or that we need to do something to stop these people, like those are the useful idiots. But I suppose they could all be true. We can call him the Warring Wave instead of Flavor Flav. Damn guys are so... I mean, I don't know if we'd call him the Warring Wave. God, what would be a good name if he's if Flavor Flav is Flavor Flav? Then what do we call him? Milky Brave? I don't know. I don't have a good one, I guess. Anyways, thank you for being part of the show. We're gonna keep on rocking and rolling for another hour, and well, we got plenty of stuff left to get to, including this one. I have been homeless before in my life. I don't mean to brag, not trying to rub it in, but I've lived without a home before for a couple of months. Not really that serious. Mostly drifted around in hotels. There was one night specifically of sleeping under a car. The rest of it was drifting around in hotels. It wasn't really that bad. But I would hate to have this happen to me, where not only are you homeless, you're homeless for a reason. Like, I don't know, do they have insurance in India? And does the government took my house down cover that?
A bulldozer tears down Savitha's home in Delhi. Helpless and distraught, she looks on, recording on a mobile. Her daughter's just off camera. Try comforting her. Stop crying, mother, or you'll fall sick, they say. Savitha is just one of tens of thousands who have been rendered homeless in the lead-up to the big G20 meet in Delhi, where Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will want to be seen as the voice of the global south.
When world leaders arrive in New Delhi this weekend, they won't see some of the slums that would have...
So, we're sorry you guys had slums. Thorn, insurance in India. Well, I'm sure there's a phone line they can call. I mean... So, a bunch of world leaders are coming to India. And to show them what a star-spangled awesome nation India is, you took a bunch of people living in slums and made them homeless. 'Cause that'll look better? You're going to rebuild the homes, right? Or are you just going to pull a Joe Biden? When Joe Biden gets rid of American homes, he at least gives people $700 first. Well, I mean after. He gives people $700 after. But you get the point. Money, changing hands.
Fallen on their route. Instead, what they will see is this: statues and fountains that are part of the government's massive beautification drive that activists say have displaced the poor.
Almost 3 months after this mass demolition drive, we meet Savitha. She's as inconsolable as she was on the morning bulldozers rolled into the neighborhood. Our children were hungry, they were thirsty, we had no place to cook after.
You had no place to cook, right? Did you get a warning? Like, did you realize that there was a target on your back or anywhere?
They demolished our homes, she says. Amid the rubble, Savitha's family camped under a tarpaulin sheet. They were homeless for almost 6 weeks. We knew we were building our homes in an unauthorized colony, but people have been living here for over 40 years now. Why didn't
Oh. So you weren't supposed to. So now everyone's got a foot to stand on. You've been there for 4 decades. They weren't supposed to be there in the first place. Oh, boy. Just a regular chatter saying, hi, Johnny. Hey, just a regular chatter. All righty. Let's go on with this. Welcome to the San Francisco of India. I mean, is it the San Francisco of India or is it just India?
Authorities demolished these homes earlier. Why now? She asks. In a document submitted in court, the Delhi government stated it intends.
Thank you, Awake Jimmy, for rating the channel. That's super awesome. We appreciate it. That is just rating with a channel with 19 viewers. I'm sure those are the only ones you could wrangle along to this here party. Because, yeah, why I fucking goddamn can't keep my fucking self to stay awake. I have had more than enough caffeine. I have no idea why this is happening. Could it be all the weed? I don't know. Maybe it's because it's getting darker now than usual, because on the other side of this stuff, now it's just darker in here. It feels weird. But thank you for rating Awake Jimmy. We're talking about a bunch of people in India who apparently lost their homes because, you know, the G7 summit is coming in, and we got to demolish all your homes so it looks nicer when the presidents and leaders of other countries are here. And I'm not going to shake my my proverbial hand at India for this, for one very simple reason. We kind of did the same thing in Texas when old Biden came to see the border. We just kind of swept up a whole bunch of homeless people off the street and made them go somewhere else for a while. So, I mean, we're not really any better. We need our land, damn it. Kind of like native land, screw those natives who have nothing. The elite need to believe you don't exist. Get away. I want to show this. I want to show the world while they're here how advanced and modern our city is. Saint Caesar says, Johnny, don't feel bad. Jay Muse from Jay and Silent Bob streams on here and averages 200 views at the most. Yeah. But that might be having to do with the fact that he plays video games. And, you know, video games can be questionable. We need our illustrations. You mean illusions. I mean, do we? Who's the we that needs the illusions? Because let me tell you who didn't need the illusions. Joe Biden. Joe Biden did not need the illusions that the Texas border was as clean, neat, and tidy as he saw it. He needed the reality of the shit show that it actually is. Just like I feel like most people need to see the reality of the shit show that this place actually is, because guess what it'll go back to when no one's looking?
Plans to rehabilitate those impacted by the eviction in new homes. But that hasn't happened. Human rights activist Harsh Mandar says the Modi government is showing no urgency in rehabilitating the poor.
What strikes me most is that India, the Indian state, is ashamed of ostensible poverty. It doesn't want poverty to be visible to people who come here.
In July, the Indian government, in a written response in Parliament, didn't...
Look, we don't have a problem with the poverty. We have a problem with the poverty happening right in front of people. It's killing tourism, and we'd really like that to stay up. Thorne saying, back off, Johnny. Joe only has half a brain. It's all the more reason for Joe not to be in charge. Just making my point. Oh, Nazi raid. No, Atomic Ray. It was a raid from Awake Jimmy. How could you say such a thing? Awake Jimmy is just a goddamn good Welshman. He's going to concede, and our favorite governor, used car salesman Newscomb, is going to step up. I really hope Gavin Newsom doesn't. I knew that day would come, but I was hoping it wasn't yet. Damn redcoat raid. Hey, man, 2 if by land, 1 if by sea. No one said how many to do if by stream. All right? What is that, 1.5? It's kind of land and sea. You know, it's a surf and turf. You're on the land, you're on the sea-ish, but you're on next to the land. I mean, I have no idea. It just, I can't do that kind of math. Who do you think you are? You know what time it is? It's 1 hour left in the show. My brain is just completely fried. Let's go back to the Indian Parliament. Again, voting to make poor people seen or not seen and not heard, because that's the only problem with poor people.
Denied any links between the demolitions of homes and the G20 summit. CNN has reached out to both the Delhi and central governments. We are yet to receive a response. About 200 meters away from the G20 summit venue, Jayanti Devi scavenges for the buried remains of her belongings under the rubble of her home. Our home, a small eatery, a grocery store, everything was destroyed, she says. People say authorities have cleared out this settlement because of the G20 summit. She now runs a tea stall along with her husband. Since June, they've been spending nights in this.
Oh, that looks super duper sanitary. You sleep with the food? You sleep with? I mean, sleeping on top of some of it, I get, like, 1, storage, 2, you got to keep. Okay.
This makeshift shelter. We're so angry, but our poverty makes us powerless. We can't speak up, says Jayanti. Now plants shroud the rubble that's still scattered around Jayanti Devi's home. High walls have cordoned off the land where Savitha once lived. Amidst the noise and grandeur, the voices of the marginalized grow even softer. Geetika Sood, CNN.
I feel like that's kind of what they want. That would be what they would call a good day for their plans. So I really don't know that you're going to get that to change. Just saying. Oh, fuck. I got to see what this was all about. Missed call. Uh-oh. Oh, no. All righty. We haven't had anything happening on any of the donation things. I don't know. I don't know if anyone's going to do anything with it. We'll put the PayPal and everything else up in the chat if you want to donate to the show. Not really worried about it. We're at least $10 into tomorrow's goal. It might be closer to $15 when we get done with everything. And whatever goes in just automatically counts for that. So that's where we're hitting it. And we will, again, pimp our Hemponics link in a bit. And I still need to check if I can finally get the Rumble donations, because then that'll just knock out a whole day's goal. We'll just move the goal wherever we're at to the next day. Bada boom. I can't help thinking this is the future for us. Thank you, Lab Glass, for the gnome sticker and the 100 bits. Ways off from another sticker party, but thank you for that. Alrighty. So, moving on. Londoners are cutting down cameras that capture license plates to fight the city's daily tax on driving. I didn't know this was a thing. We'll read about it and then we'll show you the video we have. Taxes are being assessed via license plate capturing cameras deployed throughout the city. The tax is largely being levied against the poor who cannot afford newer luxury low-emission vehicles. But Londoners are not sitting down and idly accepting their government dictating fate. They're fighting back. There's apps apparently that post where these cameras are, and they have one that shows red for destroyed, black for haven't gotten to them yet. 90% of the 500 cameras in southeast London have been disabled or destroyed or stolen, as the low emission zone ULEZ is due to come into force on August 29th. Blade runners are determined to block Aha, my ears. Thank you, Wilmer, for the jump scare. They're determined to block the government's action. So let's watch this. Is this them stealing cameras? Oh no, this is just a bunch of stills of the cameras being just destroyed or cut down. So let's go back over here. So yeah, they're just going around and cutting down the cameras. And then either completely vandalizing them or taking them. Just not leaving these poles up. Oh, you're all laying down on the job. That looks more like a street light than a camera, but I mean, considering where it sits, it obviously isn't. But damn, dude. So yeah, London is not taking this shit lying down. Past time for them to push back. I mean, yeah, but is it going to do any good? Are they going to just get the man out there to get the big tall hatted guards? Those guys are serious. Alrighty, so people are putting covers over them, writing no to the ULEZ. Oh, dude, we got a really sweet video of this from the Telegraph. All right, so we're going to go up to this one from the Telegraph. Here we go. Boop. Everyone is sick of big government. Yeah, everyone's sick of big government. That's absolutely true. But in this particular case, this is one where I'm like, they're taxing people for driving their cars. I don't know about London, but I thought they did stuff for the roads and everything else. This additional tax thing, just because people don't have like lower emission vehicles, that's a pile of bullshit. Now you're punishing people for not living by today's rules when they bought their car how many years ago? They can't just up and buy new vehicles. That's not something people can do. We'll take my camera off of the screen while the anti-ULEZ vigilantes who have been damaging newer ULEZ cameras are calling their attacks voluntary work. The balaclava-clad blade runners are claiming responsibility for numerous assaults. So he's just going around cutting the camera feeds. The controversial ULEZ expansion will see many monitors disappear. Pay a $12.50 daily charge for their vehicles if they are non-compliant. Oh! I love this dude. Guessing where to cut the cable? Yep. Just take the whole damn thing. They don't need it no more. See, cutting the cable is handy, but then they just replace the cable. You take the whole thing, then they got to replace the whole thing. I love the people that didn't bother fucking with the cameras really at all. They just flat out, oh, shit. They just flat out just fucking broke the pole. Doing God's work, right? I'm having a hard trouble having any issue. Like, I have trouble having an issue with these guys. I like how he held it up like a fish he just caught. Yeah, I love the victory hold. Like, yeah, this is my bitch. We got it. We got it. Because that is the kind of shit we could see here, man. I mean, we were talking about that last story with the slums of India. Like, how long until we see that shit here? God, I wish we would go and just bulldoze camp towns that are sprung up all over the place, but we won't. What we will see, I'm sure, will eventually be, if we have to force all of this electric vehicle and stuff on people, will eventually be cameras that see where you're driving when you're driving with your gas-guzzling vehicle, and you're going to have to pay for your increased carbon footprint. Unless, of course, you buy this vehicle or that thing that uber wealthy people can afford. But, again, you can't, so too bad. Thorne saying that is not vandalism, it's patriotism. Well, that's a semantical argument. I believe the government would argue it's vandalism. The citizens would argue it's patriotism. And I feel like it's kind of a little bit of both. It is vandalism, but it's patriotic vandalism, and I wholeheartedly support it. Just because that's stupid, you're driving your car, we have to tax you thing. No. No. You set up the tax stuff like one and done. This idea that I'm being taxed every time I drive my car? Are the electric vehicles being taxed every time roads and buildings get destroyed by them? Because, by the way, when one electric vehicle goes off, the damage is catastrophic. And if that wasn't enough, we actually have a story about people kind of giving up on their luxury or their electric vehicles. In fact, that is our next story. Conveniently enough, that is our next story. A huge percentage of electric vehicle owners are defecting and going back to internal combustion cars. Why? You guys aren't happy with them? But they're all the rage. You guys seemed so happy before. I love how we got rated with like 19 people. I think they all left. Huh. Jimmy's crowd just, we'll rate him and then we'll go home. Fuck that guy. Fair enough. We don't do the video games anymore. I get it. But we've got lots of people on here and on Rumble. Thank you so much. Again, over 50. Well, we've been growing slowly. That's beautiful. Loving the numbers on all the platforms. So let's go ahead and get back to, again, huge percentage. Thorne, but they work so good. And also for this article, by the way, huge percentage. I don't know if is this a huge percentage? It's 20%. Now, 20% of early EV adopters are now defecting to internal combustion engines. I wouldn't call it defecting. How about we call it switching back? You know? Defecting means like there's a war. I mean, well, there kind of is, so fair enough. Is our honeymoon with electric vehicles finally over? A study found that 1 in 5 adopters of EV cars and trucks are returning to gas-powered vehicles. As a result, used EV prices are free-falling. The journal Nature published a study revealing that the folks who were early adopters of EVs in California between 2012 and 2018, 20% of those hybrid drivers have returned to fully gas-powered vehicles, and 18% of full EV drivers returned to gas-powered with their subsequent vehicle purchases. Uh-oh. So the hybrids aren't even doing it? Oh, no. So that's 20 and that's 20. So, oof. A full fifth of their, I mean, it's not insignificant. It's not a lot. 750,000 is a lot. Apparently, a lot of defection comes from people who have moved to new location with no level 2 charger. If you're driving around in one of these giant battery packs, you kind of need a level 2 charger to make it efficient. If you don't, then it's probably not going to be worth it anymore. Another motivating factor, if you have fewer cars, your family is more likely to trade in their EV because you don't want to rely on an electric for long road trips. Other owners are learning how much a minor fender bender can cost. Holy Jesus. Dude got into a fender bender with his Rivian. Insurance offered $1,600. The repair was $42,000. Oh my God. In an inflammatory op-ed, British actor and car enthusiast Rowan Atkinson announced he feels duped by automakers. The collector was a very early EV adopter. God damn it. Fucking A, I'm having trouble reading now. Before he learned how much their production damages the environment. We have previously reported that the lithium mining industry currently destroys the environment and violates human rights. Volvo recently revealed the process of building an EV emits 70% more greenhouse gases than building traditional internal combustion engines. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot more people are going to feel bad about it, especially after that. Oh my God, the repair bill, $42,000. Oh. I thought they had to give you how's that hot new car? How's that not new car? Oh. Dude, I thought that like insurance had to cover so much up to a deductible. If that's how much it legit costs, how can the insurance bow out of it? In fact, I've got to click on this story and find out how this even happened. It's the shock. It's not this incessant yawning problem I have. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I just feel like there's some stuff they're not telling us about electric cars. A Rivian owner said his R1T electric pickup truck cost about $42,000 to fix after it was hit at a stoplight earlier this year, according to a report to the New York Times. Chris Apfelstadt. Should have made a pie. Told the publication that while he'd expected the repair wouldn't be cheap, it was a shocking number. The incident, which occurred in February in Columbus, Ohio, was at first to believe somewhat minor, according to the Times report, which said the driver's insurance offered to pay about $1,600. But after the electric car was taken to a repair shop that was certified to work with Rivian products, the cost jumped to $42,000, the publication said. So then the insurance should be paying for that. The insurance should be paying for that except for the deductible. I feel like the insurance companies, and they probably are going to have to come up with some star-spangled new rates to insure these vehicles unless the government like buys them out on in terms of like, hey, we'll foot the bill for you if you eat the bill for this. Then that would suck. And they could still push their agenda that way. So, you know, maybe we still won't win. Whatever. It's not a battle. Yes, it is. But the whole 42,000. So you kept your truck then, I'm guessing? That's somebody who went back to a Dodge Ram with the fucking Super Ram diesel engine, the Hemi, just fucking laying smoke wherever they go. Because they're pissed. They are pissed. The heck is tickling my nose? All right. Anyways, stop voting for people who push environment's crap. I mean, that would be one way to do it. We could maybe have something there. Could get somewhere with that. But there's too many people that believe the environmental crap is important, and they're going to vote for it. And we're going to have to hear about it. But like I said, it is helpful to see that, you know, a fifth of people that first jumped on board that ship have jumped off. It's really helpful to see that, all right, hold on a second. It's really helpful to see that there looks like there's going to have to, like I said, there's going to have to be an issue dealt with here with the insurance thing. That's too much of a disparity between how much it costs to fix the car and what the insurance payout is. Now, if the insurance has to start paying out a lot on EVs, as we've learned, when insurance companies have to start shelling out a lot of money, they're usually very, very quick to pass that expense on to you and me, the insurance holder. So maybe it'll at least keep it to, my hope they keep it at least restricted. I don't want to have to pay more on my gas guzzler because you guys are driving battery-operated pieces of shit. That's not fair. If you want to pay more for it, then fine. How the hell, I don't understand, wouldn't just be a total that vehicles weren't 60,000, you have to pay 42,000 to fix it. You figure I'd just say it'd be a total loss. Yeah. Sorry about earlier. I misremembered the name. Not worried about it, Egg Picker. Not worried about it. Anyways, let's get into this one thing quick. I'm going to do one last shameful beggary deal here because I have a sponsor. Not an AA sponsor, though I may need one. I have a sponsor named Hemponics, and so the link that I'm dropping in this channel, many of you know, is going to take us to the website that I have on this screen right here. And this is Hemponics. Hemponics makes a whole bunch of CBD, CBG products. And quite frankly, if you need something in the CBG, CBD realm, there's a lot of benefits you can get from them, particularly CBN for a nighttime sleep aid. They have something that can probably help you. I love the Muscle Frost. I use a couple different tinctures, including the Calm Body CBG CBN tincture. There's 2 stores in Wilmington and New London in Minnesota. And if you go in, the promo code in store is Crutches20, and I think that's everything. So yeah, check out their shop, see all the products they have. There's something for you if you're looking for something to help with a wide variety of issues. If you have a pet that has arthritis, they have CBD animal treats. I've not used those myself. The gummies I love, but I'm a sucker for gummies. But of the gummies, I highly recommend the 5 milligram Delta 9 gummies. Those babies be delicious. And I can tell you this from going to the Minnesota supply store for medicinal people, their stuff is significantly more expensive. So you might want to give that stuff a try. So at any rate, those are the links. If you click that link when you go there, it will give us credit for the show, and we get a credit of, or a partial credit for all purchases made. And it, again, helps support the show. So thank you. Now, I'm going to play this video just because it's an older video, and I like bringing up people who do cringy shit. This lady was back during YouTube's original era, like back in the early days of YouTube, and I don't know if you know who this is, but Diana Lovejoy is someone who, God, I don't remember when it happened, but she had her husband shot. He did not die. She did have him shot. And the reason she attempted to kill him wasn't because of their divorce, which apparently was not the greatest. It wasn't because she kept the house but had to pay $140,000 for it. It wasn't that she was paying like 10 grand or something. I don't know what. She was paying some amount of money for their joint custody of their child. The reason that she tried to kill her ex-husband was solely so she could have sole custody of the kid. If that isn't goddamn motherly support. If I can't have you 100% of the time, no one can. Well, I suppose that would be the rule if she went after the kid. She went after the dad. So she alleged in court proceedings that sexual assault and sexual abuse was the reason for the divorce. And for that reason, she was awarded full custody of her child. His father was only allowed to see him for a few hours at a time. Now, eventually that got thrown out, and they went to 50-50 custody. She shot him, and she's not in jail. No, she is in jail. She is in jail. This is from beforehand. We're going to laugh at her because she's still in jail. She's going to get out in like 10 years or something. She's doing like a 26-year sentence or some shit, and she gets out in like 35 or some shit. I don't know. At any rate, Diana Lovejoy did a lot of like quick meal, yoga, health, life health videos on YouTube. And again, we have to say, if she could have just been happy with the life she had, if she could have found love and joy in what she was doing as opposed to this fixation with her child. It would have worked out a little bit better. All right, here we go. Play. Kitchen, ready the ingredients, assemble the dish, stir fry, taste and adjust. Get it? It says craft. And I wonder if she's going to promote products.
I'm Diana Lovejoy.
Battle Bros. Zio guessing the husband didn't die from the shooting. No. The shooting instructor that she paid to do it did not do the deed correctly. The husband was shot through the chest, but he survived. And she and the shooter were arrested. They are both in custody. I believe they're both in prison serving prison sentences.
And quick meals are my specialty. I know that you don't have all day. We've got malice to feed. Welcome to my kitchen, where I really like to cook, but I'm often short on time, so speed is the hook.
Sweet Jesus Christ, lady. You have less warmth than I do, okay? You are more boring than me, and you're Dr. Seussing this shit? Are you doing this for adults or children? Either way. Little more oomph, please.
Got malice to feed. Welcome to my kitchen, where I really like to cook, but I'm often short on time, so speed is the hook.
Welcome to my kitchen, where I really like to cook, but I am a woman, so, yeah, no, actually, I don't have, speed is the hook is really, you know what? I shat on her too soon. I'm the douche canoe.
I'll show you how to make a meal in almost no time flat. Takes less than half an hour, and you'll have it down pat. The recipe's from Kraft, who makes fantastic, tasty stuff. That's partially...
Why did we make the bottle dance? Who makes fantastic, tasty stuff? Are you just putting words in here so you can fit your rhymes? I feel like you're doing a lot of that. This looks like it's going to be tasty. Oh, dude, this is going to be some carrot, broccoli, peanut stir fry. I'm sure this is going to be awesome. I mean, after all, she's eating it, and doesn't she sound like an excitable, lovable person? Just lights up a room, this lady. I can't believe she tried to have somebody killed. She doesn't sound like a sociopath devoid of all emotion at all.
Prepared, so dinner's not too tough. So first, get out some angel hair and get ready to go. Just cook per the instructions, 6 minutes or so. You need 2 cups of broccoli, 8 ounces angel hair. Don't cook the pasta all the way. Now here's some cooking flair. Just before the pasta's done, add the broccoli to the pot. Enough to cook al dente. 2 minutes, and it's hot.
Again, I get that she was arrested, prosecuted, penalized for attempted murder. Can we add more time for this video? That's what I want to... Can we give the lady more time for the damage she has done to the world by making this video? I mean, she's wearing an apron, but I feel like it ought to be a... And someone else already made this point, too. She looks like American Psycho. She should really just be wearing a clear white raincoat, or a clear raincoat. Just a completely clear raincoat. Captain Crunch. Okay, I'm back, guys. What did I miss? Well, depending on when you left, we got rid of the squibbly dibs guy or whatever because he just got boring. Just he was going to keep being, So, we gave up on that one. He ran out of oomph. When you've had it with your husband and he really has to go, don't make mistakes like I did. Be sure to hire a pro. Oh! That is a better rhyme. Thank you, Rexstart parody account. Oh. When 100% custody can't be earned with a lie, you have to lure your ex-husband because it's time to die. Oh God! Now I got this on the brain. I kind of want to go down this rabbit hole. Thank you, Rexstart. This will be fun. Let's see. When you paid hefty bills and it was a cinch, you could have let your husband have 50% custody. Just give that inch. I'm surprised her husband didn't try to offer. Well, maybe he would. But I feel like he had a pretty solid open and shut court case once he was in the hospital, you know, with a bullet wound. Because, again, the person who lured him out to the middle of nowhere was a person offering to have evidence either exonerating him or proving him guilty. Either way, intimate details of their... Why can't I stop yawning and hiccuping? What the shit? Have I been cursed? I'm not actually sleepy, but I keep yawning. The hiccuping thing, I don't get at all. Now I just have to shut up and let her talk.
Drain the pasta and cover it so it doesn't stick or dry. Then oil a non-stick skillet and heat on medium high. My trick is fresh garlic pressed and ginger thinly sliced, sauteed with oil for a minute. Doesn't that smell nice?
Oh, go F
If
yourself.
you'd like a variation and you're in the mood,
Seriously, man. This is like April if Erin completely breaks her. And I'm guessing, well, and to be honest, then she loses some tits. No offense. Washboard flat. You had a kid?
just replace the chicken breast with some cooked seafood. Add 16 ounces frozen shrimp.
Oh, you putting scrimps in that pan? You didn't tell me you was mixing it up with scrimps. Homie, we love some scrimps up in here. Scrimps is the shit. You got to put some scrimps in that shit.
And stir fry till it's hot.
Thorne, you guys have the best limericks. Oh, we do, and now I've got a new thing. If you're cooking dinner for some simps, really wow them with some scrimps. If she was doing this in a bra and panties and showing the goods, maybe, but no more on that food. Thanks. But no on that food. I mean, she's making, what is it? Ginger garlic pasta?
Since this shrimp is fully cooked, it doesn't take a lot. Add half a cup Kraft dressing, Asian sesame that's toasted, 2 tablespoons of soy, and a dash of chili pepper roasted. I like to add bell pepper for some color and some zap. Stir fry for 1 minute. Almost done. A snap.
Again, dude, I'm sorry. The music, the whole thing. You made this and you put this on the internet. Why, in the love of God, did we not lock you down then? This was a cry for help. This was a cry for help. You needed help. Or you do. I don't know. Maybe you still do. I don't know how her husband didn't think of doing what she tried first. Look, I don't know if he thought she would go that far. Maybe he didn't. He had already been paid off for the house. He got 50-50 custody of the kid back. Which is why I wouldn't have bid on the whole I have evidence of your sexual assault on your... Because if you have the 50-50 back and that guy has evidence, then that means you did it, right? But if you didn't do it, he doesn't have evidence. You'll be fine. I really wouldn't just show up to a random place. Although I suppose you did learn that lesson when the bullet tore through your chest. I'm sure when you took one to the abdomen, you realized, you know what? Maybe shouldn't have bit on this particular line. Although, looking at this video, we could argue that could be the theme of your entire marriage. Maybe shouldn't have bit on this particular line.
Add the stir fry to the pasta. Add planter's nuts. Then dish the whole thing onto several plates. Voila, your dinner wish.
That's not. Oh God, we're panicking. You have camera work? Don't. You know what? You know what? I take it back. If the husband was at all involved in this bullshit, if the husband had anything to do with this cockamamie crap, then he deserved. No, I don't think he did. I don't think he did. I think the YouTube life happened later. I'm pretty sure the YouTube life happened later. She's the first cooking YouTuber. I don't know about the first. But this video was an entry for the 2008 Craft Cooking Video Challenge. So that's why she was being super craft hoardy. I don't remember when they got divorced. He might have been involved in that. Kraft Speedy Shrimp Stir Fry with Diana Lovejoy. Again, that's a creepy lady. That's a creepy lady. Why the fuck? And when that lady, because let's not forget, that lady then outwardly accuses you in court of being an SA person, shall we say? You really might want to rethink about sticking it in that. I'm just saying, you really got to rethink whether or not that's a road worth going down. You know? All right, let's drop the audio a bit and load a couple of our bonus stories and shorts. We'll see what we have here. Oh, shit, we already did that one. Fuck, I didn't update these? I thought I did. I know I got at least one that I added. Oh, we did that one too? Uh-oh. Johnny fucked up. Oh, did Johnny really fuck up? Yeah, Johnny really fucked up. Jesus. Let's see what this one was. All right. Nope, that's the one that you want to do before that we're not doing. And then I'm pretty sure this one is this one, right? Yep, this one is this one. Well, fuck. That is a son of a bitch. Well, now I want to look up, let's look up some, let's see if we can find some more Diana Lovejoy videos. Diana Lovejoy. Let's go videos. Diana Lovejoy, The Untold Story. I mean, I don't want to watch the Untold Story thing. I kind of want to... Oh my God, there's an episode of her on Snapped. Nice. But again, who is she? Where is she now? Chilling Crimes. I want to see her YouTube stuff. Did we take her down off of YouTube because she's a convicted attempted murderer? I mean, I wouldn't mind watching the sentencing. All right. Well, all right. Let's go to YouTube and see if we have it there. Because this is embarrassing that I thought I had everything prepped. I could have done more. Otherwise, like I said, we might have to go to Battle Brothers Zio's video. So let's see in YouTube if we can find any more Diana Lovejoy. Diana Lovejoy, plot against her estranged husband. The faint verdict. Yeah, we'll do this one in a second. We'll do that one in a minute. Bizarre plot. Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. Estranged husband killed. Again, I want to see her videos. If she had them on YouTube. We had the one. They can't be illegal. All right. Well, never mind. Well, at any rate, so She did all that horrible shit, and then a year ago, the verdict finally came out a year ago? What? No, this video's from a year ago. Alrighty, well, at any rate, here's the verdict delivery, which is this. It's not on silent, right? Yeah, it's not. All right. This is the fun part. She just faints, apparently. They're like, hey, so you're guilty, and you and your collaborator are going to jail, like, the whole way. When you hire a rookie, you end up being somebody's nookie. Okay, so you're leaning down. This doesn't look like a feint. We find her guilty on all counts, Your Honor. I'm guessing this is where they're reading it. I really love that the feints during verdict video has no audio. This is hilarious. We don't need to hear the verdict part. Guilty, guilty, so guilty. Crazy lady, guilty. Throw her in the river, see if she floats. I'm sorry, yeah, that one even shocked her. Really? The old witch trial bullshit? So I'm guessing this is the part where they're explaining that you're now going to spend the next, 35, 36 years in jail. Hey, but at least this way. Oh, wait, never mind. You don't get that 100% custody. Well, now the dad doesn't have to worry about custody. At least the son's with somebody 100%. No more switching homes. Where are you going? Hey, are you wilting on me? Where are you going? Easy now, Toots. Uh-oh. It's all over. Oh, no. Maybe if I just faint right here, I won't have to serve 3 decades in jail. And nobody seems too concerned. I like this, nobody's super distraught. We're not going over to grab her. Did she go out completely? She finally went out completely. She went out completely. There we go. It's been a rough go, ladies and gentlemen. You think this was tough? You just had to listen to a sentencing. Imagine being the guy you hired to shoot your husband. He had a difficult job. Oh, fuck. I might have been the idiot the whole time.
Firearm.
I had the audio down the whole time.
Within the meaning of Penal Code Section 1, Section 664/187, paren A, paren 1, as charged on count 2. We further find true the allegation that Diana Jean Lovejoy acted willfully, deliberately, and with premeditation within the meaning of Penal Code Section 189. We further find true the allegation that Diana Jean Lovejoy was vicariously armed with a firearm within the meaning of Penal Code Section 12022, paren A, paren 1, dated 11/13/17, signed foreperson.
Atomic Ray saying, is that the countertop? She took all the dick from the yoga instructor. Hey, now. That's disrespectful. She didn't take any yoga instructor dick. As far as I know, from what I was reading earlier when I was boning up on this, she was the cooking and yoga instructor enthusiast on YouTube.
In the Superior Court of the State of California, in and for the County of San Diego,
Rex start parody account. She's going out, King. She's going down.
Versus Weldon K.
My God, she's got a family.
Defendant.
The title's on the line.
SCN 363925.
I'm horrible at that
DA
impression.
number OCD 980. Verdict. We, the jury, in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Weldon K. McDavid, guilty of the crime of conspiracy to commit murder.
I heard a smack. God, I hope it wasn't her head.
need to take a break.
Why are people crying? The lady paid a guy $3,000 to kill her husband. Am I weird to be like, who feels bad about this? Was it a family member of the lady? It's got to be like her mom or something. And even then, I'm sorry, man. Your daughter tried to have someone killed. All right, let's just lay her down like the dead body she tried to make her ex-husband. Let's just put her down there and let her stay there. She'll be fine. What the heck? Jesus, I have got to stop watching so much fucked up shit.
Within the meeting.
We already did that. Okay. So we did all those videos. So I'm a fucking piece of shit? Well, god damn it. So you know what that means. I apologize for this. But as I have apparently done all of my other videos, we have the one of Did India Really Land on the Moon? It's from 2 days ago. I have no idea who this Eric Dubé person is. He has 192,000 subscribers. So I'm going to say right now, it is a little bit of a bullshit move for me to criticize this guy's video, considering I have a significantly smaller audience. But we'll see if yay or nay. We'll see what we can get out of this. Smoke them if you got them.
The Indian Space Agency allegedly landed an unmanned spacecraft and rolled out a rover onto the south pole of the moon. As usual, however, nearly 99% of the footage shown of this groundbreaking event was clear, obvious, and very poor CGI.
Wait a minute, what?
Why do you suppose...
Wait a minute, that... You mean... They said this is an actual... You know, Battle Brothers, you know that the feminists are taking her side. Feminists are taking her side for what? She again, like the payment to the actual assassin, that part has been verified. She paid him $3,000, and I think in order to get a lower sentence, if I'm not mistaken, he ratted on her, being like, yeah, I'm her shooting instructor. That's the other thing. She went to her shooting instructor and offered him $3,000 to kill a dude. I don't think you understand the toll taking a life leaves on a man. All right, how about $3,000 in a handy? You got a goddamn deal. Oh, fuck. But yeah, the shooting instructor also took a heavy crime. Again, we weren't that far into it. Why did I click that far? We should be going back.
Allegedly landed an unmanned spacecraft and...
Well, this is obviously a CGI animation because there's no way you have an active camera catching the drone landing. Of course, feminists are taking her side. They'll say, till death do we part. Till death do we part, motherfucker. Well, I mean, again, she did kill the guy, she did try to kill the guy solely for sole custody of her kid. So at least, much like our president, she might be doing the wrong thing, but her heart's in the right place, guys.
And rolled out a rover onto the south pole of the moon. As usual, however, nearly 99%...
Nearly 99% of these are... Yeah, this is all promotional footage, considering this rover looks different than this rover. This one's got 2 wheels and a Trump flag. Oh, here, let me get my camera off of the screen. I'm sorry. We're hogging all of this beautiful footage. Who the fuck would buy any of this as real? Again, all of these dramatic and amazing shots that they're showing you are taken from angles that you can't get without someone having a camera there. There's just the rover and the lander. You wouldn't get... Dude, this is sad. This is sad. India, really?
Percent of the footage shown of this groundbreaking event was clear, obvious, and very poor CGI. Why do you suppose NASA, Roscosmos, the Chinese, Indian, and all other world space agencies spend money creating and airtime broadcasting all these computer graphic animations of their expeditions rather than showing us actual video footage? How difficult would it be to have a few cameras on these crafts permanently recording different angles of the entire flight for us? They allegedly succeeded in having a live telephone conversation between Nixon and astronauts on the moon, broadcast on television over 50 years ago. But with half a century of technological advancement, we still...
Hey. Don't throw us on there with the India people. All right? Because, again, a lot of the times what you see for CGI stuff is because we're going to fucking Mars and shit. And you can see plenty of live camera footage off of feeds from, like, the Mars rover and stuff like that. Again, don't bag us into this. Oh, God, is this one of those guys that the moon landing wasn't real? Look, I'm not saying the moon landing was or wasn't real. I'm simply saying I really don't see the juice in the squeeze in faking it and then continuing to fake going to other areas, especially with, you know, now Elon Musk and other people get... So now they're buying off the billionaires too? I don't know. We've been trying to reach you regarding your lunar rover's extended warranty. Yeah, dude, we need to start calling India about that.
Still cannot receive live video from these rockets after only a couple minutes of ascent. They always change from live...
We aren't sending rockets to the moon, by the way. That's Japan and other places. Other places where they don't bother buying whether or not the moon is actually real. And again, I feel like a cursory search can find you plenty of footage from different spacecraft and spacewalks and things, unless you're telling me it's all CGI. In which case, I gotta be like, all right, now you're losing me. Now you're starting to lose me. Look, I'm here to laugh at India's bullshit attempts. If those are really legit, the videos and things they put out, then I'm here for it. Eric Dubai thinks Mars rover footage is fake too. Oh, so he's just retarded. Okay. So he's just retarded. The thing is with the people that say this shit, there is no way to convince them. They haven't, it's like a flat earthers. They have an argument out of everything. The only way you could convince them the moon landing is real is to take them to the moon and show them where the fucking flag is. Like, hey, that's where they put the flag. Right there. See, look out your window. Oh, but this is all one giant simulation, right? Get out. Open the hatch. Get into the airlock and open the hatch. If it's one giant simulation, you won't get sucked out into the void of space. Again, I have no problem believing that we faked the moon landing, but I have to know why. So we're faking the Mars rover footage again. I have to know why. What's the advantage to it when we have finally private companies and corporations worldwide interested in going to space, if nothing else, for the sheer joy of being a billionaire riding in a dick-shaped rocket? That shit isn't going to stop. Fucking the astronaut farmer is a real story, man, and people are going to keep doing it. They're going to keep trying to push to go into space because, again, we apparently told them it was there. So I'm trying to wonder... The whole thing has to be heat shielded, and they can't really have cameras hanging off the side of it. They melt. Well, actually, Battle Brother Zeo, or not Battle Brother Zeo, Mr. Q, they do have cameras. He has shown you several cameras.
Different angles of the entire flight for us. They
don't care to show you what's ahead. You know why they don't care to show you what's ahead? Because a big flat camera lens is not very, what's the word? Aerodynamic. So they put the camera facing down to put the giant shell over it that helps keep the thing from falling off while they rocket into space. This guy is dumb.
Succeeded in having a live telephone conversation between Nixon and astronauts on the moon.
Thank you. I just wanted to let that finish. Thank you very much, Wilmer Autotech with 125 bits. The Vulcans and the Klingons would have to be on it too. They don't agree on anything. Exactly. And we know that they won't even agree on who owns the, what is it, the Beta Quadrant? Beta? Or was it the Alpha Quadrant? I know it wasn't the Delta, because I was a big Star Trek Voyager fan. Anyways, again, they went to the moon in 1969. They had a phone call with it. Yeah, it's amazing. We can't call people at the moon now. What do you mean there's nobody? Here's the other thing people don't seem to realize. We've kind of given up on going to the moon in America. We really don't care about going to the moon, except for the people that talk about building a kind of launch point into the solar system from the moon. And then we go from Earth to the moon, and then bing, bang, boom. Well, again, if this stuff's all fake, how does that work? This is just dumb.
Broadcast on television over 50 years ago. But with half a century of technological advancement, we still cannot receive live video from these rockets after only a couple minutes of ascent. They always change from live video for the first couple minutes to nothing but CGI for the rest of the journey.
Because they can't show you what's actually happening. Again, I don't know if you know this, but the rocket is going into space, jackass.
These ridiculous cartoon animations and ask yourself, why can't the public just watch the actual live video?
Because you can't put a camera on the moon to watch the lander land on the moon. And again, we've seen the downward angles, but you claim that those are fake too.
Of the entire journey. Even if only to be recorded and released at a later date, why aren't the public shown unedited video footage from multiple angles of the...
Again, do you understand how cameras work? How are they supposed to get those cameras there? And we haven't, correct me if I'm wrong, we have not bothered to go back to the moon. Everybody else, Japan, India, all of them, they're like, ooh, the moon. The rest of us could give a shit. Well, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bail out of this because this man is simply going to say any footage he doesn't like is fake. I was more than willing to laugh at India landing on the moon if they did that. But yeah, whatever. A douche canoe. Once again, a douche canoe with a larger channel than me. So what does that say about me, I guess? Who knows? But we had a great time, and we'll do one last check on the Twitch thing to see if we got to change that. Maybe that'll change between now and tomorrow, but it does not look like it. Oh, wait, never mind. We went up a little bit. We'll see how that happens if it turns out. And we'll check that. There's no information. Oh, we got a comment on the video. Let's check the comment on the video. The comments being, can Cheeky Tickle pipe down for a bit? Well, don't worry. Cheeky Tickle got booted. I'm going to love that because that was a beautiful comment. Yeah, Cheeky Tickle seriously made the show too much about him. And once it got just stupid boring, I was just like, all right, screw it. I wasn't in the effort. Johnny, people like Eric Dubé think that jet airliners and space shuttles work the same way. No way he's getting why they don't put cameras on rockets. I really want to be a billionaire and have my own space company. And I'm not going to do it to take my friends up on rich luxury rides with me and my dick-shaped rocket. No. But it will be called the mushroom stamp. And not shaped like it. Anyways, my rocket will go to space just to take flat earthers and moon landing is fake people up. And then we're just going to push them out. They'll be in a spacesuit. They get plenty of time to think about what they've done. But again, if all this stuff was fake, nothing to worry about. Just climb out of the VR room, walk out of the green screen studio, and just go home. I'm going to take the rocket. Turbine rocket. Yeah. I bet he doesn't understand the fact that the rocket has no real, like, engine. It's literally just a lot of liquid fuel and a very controlled ignition point. That's it. It is quintessentially a candle, a fast-burning candle, or a sparkler. And it just goes and goes. Yeah, so I have trouble. I have trouble taking that video seriously when he outwardly calls things fake. Like, if you want to call something fake, go for it, but don't have it where this whole thing's fake and these videos are fake. Well, no shit. That's like that guy I was talking about this morning. When people are like, you don't understand, Johnny. That's his shtick. He gets angry at video games. All right, fine. Then that makes his rant even more ridiculous. He's ranting about a feature in a video game because he has to rant. That's his shtick. So does it really bother him, or is he just being a character? And then, again, to rant so heavily and fervently and then go right into playing the game, just, oh, now let's click play. Do you believe what you're saying, or do you just have a bit? And your bit is, I make fun of shit that people don't like in video games just so that way, or not make fun of. I rant about shit that people don't like in video games so they support me. I get so... Just getting ranty like I am now is getting exhausting. I'm getting warm and tired. And that's just because I find people like this asshat kind of fucking annoying with the whole, all this footage is fake. I'm sorry. I'm a big space nerd, and there's plenty of places where we can talk about fake footage or whatever. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. And then the whole, how come we don't have any cameras on the moon? We haven't gone back to the moon. We literally haven't. Hey, elect Donald Trump. Bet we'll go there. He wanted to form the Space Force, and goddammit, he wanted a moon base. So you elect Donald Trump, and we will have a moon base in 2024. Atomic Ray saying they are burner cameras, Johnny. Yeah, so I'm betting the cameras don't last forever. We are all astronauts. That's right. We are all astronauts riding around on the ship that is this big blue ball. And thank you for being part of this lovely show. Thank you, Battle Brother Zio, for giving me a video to go into at the end there. And thank you all for your continued support of this program. It really does mean the world to me. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time with another amazing show. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. You know the deal. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. God, who did that? Was that Springer?
Game over. Fuck! What the fuck? Fuck! Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking... How did you do fucking... Fuck! Game over, man. Game over. Settle this the old Navy way. First guy to die loses.